so keep that in mind.
Yeah, hey, forget I asked.
That'll definitely do.
Ew. Join the Discord.
It was the least fun I've ever had playing this game.
A small but vibrant and extremely humble community.
No, I've seen the sleeves, but I'm like, you said you're suiting up, and then you put your sleeve on. Thank you for saying that.
Because I'm a demon on the keys.
Next thing I know, we're both dead. I immediately left the lobby.
In Vietnam.
What are they playing for? Are they playing to win?
Stay humble.
Stay humble.
Tartar Bits. Obviously gonna choke because I'm not here to carry you, Kappa.
Damn.
We are live. Welcome to the Dropshot, a Call of Duty podcast, episode number 120. That was, of course, the dumbest fucking thing in my chat. There were a lot of candidates, this evening.
Yeah,
but the Archduke, friend of the pod, on thin ice after that one, of course, had won the dumbest comment. Welcome to the show, everybody, boys and girls. We have quite the broadcast planned tonight. Quite the broadcast. A lot to talk about. A lot of changes happened, and there's a lot of news to go over. It's the double whammy of Wednesday pods. And I am very, very excited to get into this shit. Tanner and I were literally like gossiping like schoolgirls this afternoon.
Were we?
When we saw a couple spicy tweets, yeah. There was a certain, yeah, exactly. We saw that one video from that was removed, of course, by and whatever. So we'll of course get into that, but we were very excited to get started, to talk about it tonight, and a lot to discuss. So before we get into that, of course, welcome to our new fucking gold patrons. Now this is a whole week's worth, because I almost died on Saturday, of course, as you guys may remember. I was blended like a margarita this weekend. So week's worth of patrons. So just keep those things in mind. Welcome to our new gold patrons. Shane W, patreon.com/thedropshot, of course. $5 a month, 4 bonus episodes, and more. Shane W, Ryan L, Raymond C, Damian H, and Perfect Cell. Welcome, boys and girls. Now, Damian H's mother, of course, was a fan of The Omen, because that's the only way you name your child Damien, right? So,
huh?
You never seen The Omen?
I don't watch movies. When are you going to realize that?
Let's move on. Thank you, boys and girls. Our new
1976? Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, I've seen it.
Of course you have. That's why I said it. Dipshit.
I haven't seen it, actually, no.
Cool. Welcome to, thank you, you guys, much appreciated. Welcome to our new platinum patron, Shaw Dank. Okay, change it. But okay, it's fine. There's no numbers, at least. Much appreciated. Welcome, dude. We got a couple upgraders as well. Mr. Ryan S. upgrading to platinum. We'd love to see that. Thank you, sir. And Jack Owen as well. Jack Owen 98, who's of course in chat. Welcome back, dude. And thank you for the upgrade to platinum for the 5th bonus episode a month. Fucking smart men right there. And women, maybe, or I don't know. I can't.
Possibly. Non-binary.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Whatever. And William F. also with the platinum upgrade. Thank you, sirs. Gentle women, people. Much appreciated. And finally, last and not least, but actually last and best, our new Damascus patrons. Last and not least, not only not least, but greatest. Last and greatest new patrons are Damascus patrons, of course.
Just read the names.
J-Roll, change it. All caps, change it. Welcome, sir. Much appreciated. And we had quite a few upgraders as well. Simply Just Cows is now a Damascus patron. You love to see that with the fire fucking upgrade, dude. Also, this dipshit, whom I understand is Lag Show. Is that correct?
This is Lag Show, yeah.
This is Lag Show, yeah. So Lag Show, you tried to tell me how to say your name. Still don't know. Still spelled awfully, especially your first name. We're missing vowels. Stop it. Anyways, lag. Appreciate it. Thank you for the upgrade,
French-Canadian, dude. Come on.
Well, okay. Also, Gen Hero with the upgrade. And the good old Slivy boy. And I miss Sliv, by the way. Slivovitz91, dude. One of the OGs of this community. He's been a busy man. I don't know what he's doing. He's building things with his hands like a real fucking man, right? He's making boxes. He's making homes.
More of a man than you'll ever be, that's for sure.
Oh, that's of course true. Absolutely. So Slivovitz with the upgrade, not only to Damascus, but ended their place to fucking $40 a month. That is a scammed boomer. A scammed boomer, which we of course appreciate. Sliv, thank you, dude. I love you. I appreciate you. You've helped out a lot in the past, and you continue to, and we eagerly await your return. I hope all is well with you. And thank you. I appreciate it. So, also, speaking of fucking patreon.com/thedropshot, all kinds of bonus content. Sign up. Speaking of that, we are almost at 300 patrons. Is that correct?
Yeah.
We
are a number of we are single digits away.
We're single digits away. Let's take a fucking peek, dude. Let's just take a little fucking peek. Unless it makes me two-factor. Cool. Podcast is canceled. Hold on. Okay,
291.
Authentication code. I'm going to pretend I didn't hear you because you're not going to make me go through all this work.
It's 291. There's 9 left.
291. We need 9 more goddamn patrons. So I never have to do that again. Okay? Let's get to 300. Let's get like the Spartans at the hot gates of Thermopylae, dude. Let's get to 300. Okay? Because I'm tired of not having 300. Simple. You guys get so much shit for it too. Figure it the fuck out. But also, a lot of new patrons this week. Thank you guys very much. A lot of upgraders. All that shit helps. Goes a long way, obviously. It goes the longest way. And it is, of course, the best way to support the program. So we appreciate you guys. Also, we're doing a Blue Yeti giveaway. Exclamation point giveaway in the chat if you're here on Twitch live. The Blue Yeti is a USB microphone. It is like the widely touted. It's like the best USB microphone you can get.
It's now, a USB microphone for sure.
No, I am not kidding. I'm not exaggerating. This is the USB microphone. There might be some like crazy newer shit that I haven't heard of yet, but back in my day, it was the Blue Yeti that was the best USB mic you could get. Even if it's not, it's still very good. We're giving that away. How do you win? Twitter.com/thedropshotpod. Go see the pinned tweet. All you have to do is follow, like, retweet, done. And then you can maybe win one. And we were thinking a lot of people are upgrading to PC. People are going to buy headsets no matter what. They're going to buy mice. They're going to buy keyboards no matter what. But they're not going to, no matter what, buy an external good microphone. So that's why we are going to be giving one away. Very easy to enter. Do it. We need to increase our Twitter presence. And there's a staggering number of you who, for some insane reason, are not following the fucking Twitter account. How many new follows do we get per day, Tanner Dropshot, on the Twitter account, would you say?
Per day, I'm not sure. I mean, we've gotten about 60 in the last few days.
Okay.
Last couple days,
That's
few days, right?
Fine.
It's a number.
It's
serviceable.
Yeah.
Yeah. Change it though. Let's make that more.
We need to get
make
into
that 100 a day.
Yeah. Yeah. If we don't have 1,000 here, we're changing the giveaway. If we don't have 1,000 by Saturday, we're not doing it. I'll buy one myself and I will burn it live on stream the next week. That's what I'll do. That works
for me.
So follow the goddamn Twitter account. Super simple. How do I have like 1,400 followers and the podcast account, which is the more important one to follow, has fucking 8? What are we doing?
Well, there's a few more than 8 on there.
Okay.
Well, to start with, nobody tweeted from it until about until about 2.5-3 weeks ago.
You're breaking.
And then also, it was only made in January of 2021. Your account was made 18 years ago, actually.
Well, I am, of course, old, so yeah, that might be true. Well, let's fucking fix it. Follow the goddamn account. And if you need a mic, which most of you do, I'm tired of playing with you rats using headset mics. Fucking do it. Enter the giveaway.
Yeah, some of you guys, you think you don't need a mic? You need a mic.
Oh, of course.
Right?
Yeah,
get a mic.
True. That's of course true. So anyways, yeah, we're doing that. So basically, yeah, do that. And we are going to draw the winner on Saturday. Live. So you have till Saturday. So figure it out. You don't have to be here live to win, by the way, but we're just going to draw it live and then the next day or whatever, we'll give it to them. So yeah. Also, we've got all 5 bonus episodes for the month of March live on the Patreon. You might be thinking, hey, there's only 4 in my feed for this month. Are you unable to count? No. You're not the right tier, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
You're too low of a tier.
That's correct. So gold gets 4 a month. Platinum and Damascus get a 5th, which is like a Q&A. Those are all live now. We did the Q&A. We also did the last behind the scenes kind of ep, which is Tanner's month in review of his first month being, of course, unemployed, which is a good ep. So if you guys want to get in on that, that's there. That's live. Also, I know I was talking about that note-taking video. It's literally me recording myself making notes for this program. That is now scheduled. So it'll be live tomorrow at 3 a.m. Pacific so that it's like live before everyone goes to work. So yeah, that'll be up as well. Now, the thing about that is it's free. So you don't have to be a patron at all to watch that video. If you're this catastrophically bored that you want to see the note-taking process, you can do that even if you're not a patron. But the only place you'll find it is on our page, patreon.com/thedropshot. Free video, free piece of media, 2.5 hours long, in fact. Very detailed explanation of how the sausage is made. It's all there, and
it's not.
And it's
don't
free.
Use that word.
Well, hey, that's how the sausage is made, and it's free. It's a free piece of media for you to enjoy. But it's only on patreon.com/thedropshot. So if you want to watch it, go there and watch it for free. That's fine. While you're there, though, sign up. Right? Sign up. That is, after all, the only reason I would ever do this, right? Is to get you lazy fucks onto the page, and then you throw up your hands, you're like, I'm already here. I might as well get the fucking fire bonus content while I'm here. It's only $5 United States dollars. I'd have access to a back catalog of upward of 30 episodes, each totaling roughly an hour and a half. So many hours of fire content. It's only $5. I might as well do it.
Yeah.
That's what they would probably, that's what I imagine they would do.
That's probably what they would say, yeah.
That's probably exactly what they would say, yes. So so that'll be up tomorrow. So if you're interested in that, in all seriousness, if you're like a streamer or like a podcaster, and I know there's actually like quite a few of you who are, you might learn a thing or two. Well, not from me. You might learn a thing or two about maybe some tips and tricks that can help you. Because, I've learned a lot over the year, I guess. Also, the render video thing is coming soon. So I also recorded the rendering process, how that goes up. Again, I can't imagine this is exciting, but I have to do it anyway, so I just turned it on the recording. So if you guys want to watch, I explain what I'm doing, and you can do that. So that'll be coming soon as well. Gunfight tournament and the live call-ins also coming soon. For now, though, the gunfight tournament highlights video is going to be going up tomorrow. Magnolia Film Road Crew Co, whatever the fuck the name is in the description. He made an excellent highlight video, which we will be posting on our YouTube tomorrow. So that's going to be that'll be up, and that can kind of curb your appetite for the full tournament, which I'll have up soon as well. Did you see the highlight video, Tanner?
I forgot to watch it all the way through. I need to watch it,
dude.
Fully.
Really good.
I watched the first few minutes and it was great, and then I had to go do something. I forgot to finish it. It was really, really good. I was very happy with it.
Yeah, it was excellent. It was excellent. So shout out to Magnolia, and that was really good. So that'll be on the YouTube as well. And then last announcement here, gameplay breakdowns are back. Damascus patrons can submit gameplay to be reviewed on the broadcast. And we are starting that tonight. So after the program here, we're going to head over to Tanner's channel, and then we're going to do a gameplay breakdown. And our first submission was from our very own, the Pastor Nicholas. Good old Pastor Nick. Nice little gameplay submission. So Tanner and I are going to watch that shit together, and we're going to break it down. And these were very popular before. I expect they will be again. So if you want to watch it live, by all means, it'll be after the program. If you don't watch it live, I'm going to delete the VOD. I'm kidding. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube. So we'll have it posted there, and it has its own playlist as well. So you can watch it that way. So with that said, that is it for announcements, kind of. Tanner, anything to add on your end?
Oh, I forgot to look if I got any offline subs.
I
don't know. Sorry.
I did
if
too.
If you subbed offline, thank you. I'll look another day.
Yeah, true.
Oh,
Same.
I guess I'll look after this when I go live for the breakdown.
Yeah, yeah, that'll work. So, yeah, I also forgot to look. I don't know if you offline subbed or whatever, but get scammed. Thank you if you did. I appreciate it, obviously. Yeah, today's a big episode, so we spent a lot of time on the notes, and we were just kind of excited about shit too. But all right, for sure. Now, before we get started, we have a couple PO box openings, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, Tanner, why don't you start? Because I've been talking for 45 minutes straight. I'll prepare my packaging here.
I think this is from. So of course, as usual, right? I have one package. How many does Raz have? Oh, I don't know. 12 maybe.
Let me count. Hold on.
Yeah. I think this is from.
I don't think I can count this high. Let me get a calculator.
I think this is from Jacob and Kira Down, I believe.
Let me get a calculator.
This is from Jacob and Kira Down. Fucking see, right?
We'll fucking see for sure.
Take my little Milwaukee knife here.
Okay, yeah, I have 3. I have 3.
Cool.
300% of the amount you have.
Yeah, indeed, yeah.
So yeah, keep that in mind. I'll start opening.
Sounds like it's something in the form of a liquid. It's definitely not a solid. I don't think it's a gas.
Is yours?
Very well could be a liquid.
It might be a plasma. Is yours addressed to Tanner Dropshot? Are these the same? Should I open mine at the same time? Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah. Open yours at the same time.
You know the vibes.
This is some. Oh, this may be difficult to open without dropping it. So be careful opening it.
Okay.
Oh, I gotta set it on the ground. Ooh, let's absolutely go.
Let's absolutely go. What is it?
Some nice little Irish whiskey.
An Irish whiskey,
Tullamore
huh?
Dew. 12-year, aged 12 years, triple distilled special reserve.
Ooh.
This 12-year special reserve has been aged in old oak bourbon and sherry cask, which impart an exceptionally smooth, rich, rounded flavor. Let's absolutely fucking go.
Dude. Interesting.
Thank you, Jacob and Kira Down. See if they wrote me a love letter.
Did they? Is this a bourbon or a scotch?
Heard through the grapevine at my work, Kira's, that this is a very popular whiskey here in Minnesota. Enjoy, Kira and Jake. Let's go. Thank you, guys.
Dude. It's a bourbon. Tanner and I were having a discussion.
It's an Irish whiskey.
It's a bourbon.
Okay.
Whiskey can either be bourbon or scotch. This is a bourbon.
Okay. Got it.
Tanner and I were talking about this, and I think we're both bourbon guys. I think that's what we've decided on. So Jacob Down and Kira sent me one as well. Tullamore Dew, which is of course a change it for that company.
Yeah, it's Irish.
Yeah, well, fuck the Irish. That's a joke.
Oh, now I have to drink it.
Now you have to drink it, yeah. I'm Irish.
So cool.
Twitch. Not that you care about the Irish, of course. Cool, I got no note.
Oh wait,
no, I got a note. I was about to get mauled that you got a note and I didn't. I got a packaging slip with some writing on it. So cool. Heard through the grapevine.
Oh, mine was handwritten. Yours wasn't.
This is very popular. Enjoy.
Kira wrote mine.
Interesting. No, mine's a fucking.
Really?
Piece
That's
of
crazy.
Paper with type on it. Okay. Well,
we
cool.
know who they like better, right?
Cool. Yeah, I guess they do. You guys should have just Shit, man. I wish I could have come up with like a bottom shelf whiskey in time. Would have been funny. Anyways.
You can't come up with much of anything quickly. You're dumb.
Well, okay. Anyways, whatever. Jacob Down, Kira, thank you guys for real. Really appreciate it.
Well, I don't know how to get the label off, right? So I guess we're not drinking it. Cool.
Cool. Just gonna fucking toss that in the fridge, dude. Just toss it in the mini fridge.
Cool.
I don't leave my room, of
Sweet.
course. All right, so this next one is to Razanon. It's for me. Tanner, why don't you get started on your next one?
That's actually pretty funny. Absolutely shit on. Oh my god, it's hilarious.
For sure, shit on, dude. All right.
We weren't gonna drink tonight, but if somebody's gonna send me something,
Might
I'll
have
for sure
cut
open
whatever
it.
this is.
Oh no.
No, I don't think I did. What the fuck? Okay. It's like
that's a noise.
It's a very festive looking bag here. You see this? It's very festive.
That's an Amazon gift wrap bag if it's from Amazon.
Okay, cool. I like it. I will defend Amazon until I die. Everyone's like,
Amazon's
oh,
the best.
They're such an evil company. And they're tweeting that from their iPhones that they charge with the cable that they bought off of Amazon Prime.
They're dumb. They're dumb people.
Good service. No wonder they're fucking $1 billion company or whatever, or more. Anyways. Keep your gift a surprise. Unwrap your present before opening this envelope. Okay. I'm gonna be honest, whoever the fuck did this, don't send me a scavenger hunt, okay? I have a program to do. I don't need to decipher riddles first, right? I didn't know this was the LSAT. I thought I was opening a box. There's fucking instructions here. Okay, cool. Bet. Great.
What's going on here?
Let's open the fucking the present first. Okay. There's another note here. Can I read this? What's the order of operations? Am I allowed to open this? Or do I open the bag first? Let's see if anything's on this thing. Okay. You need this. Cheers, McBango. Okay. All right.
Oh boy.
Interesting. It's from McBango. It's tied. If this bag wasn't so cool, I would of course ban Bang from the Discord. Obviously.
Wait, what is it?
It's unopenable. That's what it is. It is wrinkle releaser. Some cleaning product of some kind. What the fuck is wrinkle releaser?
Oh my god.
Oh, for my shirts. Would I be able to not wash a shirt and just wrinkle release it? Let's find out, chat. Let's do it together. Hold on. We're gonna test this.
Oh boy.
We're gonna test this product. Here's this shirt. Okay. Here's this shirt, or it's a tank top. Whatever. You know the vibes. It's probably a wrinkly fucking mess. I took it off as soon as the podcast was over and threw it on the ground. Haven't touched it since.
Does your mommy just come in and know its clothes are dirty and washes them, or what?
It's wrinkly for sure. No, that's not what happens.
Mommy says, sweetie, is this one dirty? You want me to wash it? As it's 1 a.m. and your crusty eyes are just opening.
Crusty eyes. 1 a.m., 1 p.m.
Yeah, 1 p.m.
All right, this is going to take too long. This is going to be a funny bit, but we have a long program. Bang, thanks. I'll open the envelope now. Maybe it's going to tell me to go to these GPS coordinates and get a shovel.
What?
Okay, it was just Amazon being dumb. You need this. Cheers, McBango. All right, Bang. Thanks, dude. Much appreciated. Brother. I'll for sure keep that in mind. And then the last one is this. I don't know what the fuck this is. What is this package, chat?
It's interesting. It's a book or something.
Yeah.
It's fantastic packaging.
Well, we'll see.
By the way, here we go down the hatch while you're trying to open that. Down the hatch with a 2 or more dude, 12 year.
Okay.
Put some ice in it, of course.
A little icy. Oh, let's go,
that's good.
dude. This is actually pretty dope. It looks like it's an omnibus. Maybe
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah,
Maybe with pictures.
that's drinkable for sure. That's fantastic.
Okay. So let me see if there's a note. If there's a note, I cut it. The illustrated history of the first Crusades. This is, of course, for Crusader Kings 3 because I'm an expert and I conquered duchies, right? And this is the illustrated history of the first Crusades.
Oh my god.
Which is very interesting. An expert account of the first, second, and third campaigns to take Jerusalem, illustrated with over 300 fine art paintings. That's actually pretty dope, dude. Look at this. Lots of rich color. Really used all the RBG on this printer. So shout out to...
Oh my god, that's great color.
Charles Phillips's publisher, for sure. Excellent job there.
Yeah.
So
Activision should
good
check
job,
out
Charles
that book,
Phillips.
see what colors are.
Yeah, hey.
Infinity Ward, mostly.
I can see these things better than the video game, that's for sure. It's pretty cool, dude. It's pretty cool. So there was no note, so whoever the fuck this is from, thanks, dude.
That's from Salty Rhombus, I believe.
Oh, shit. Got it. Got it. Salty Rhombus. Thanks, dude. Much appreciated. All right. Well, I think we're about settled in here. Whiskey review. How is it?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Take a little sippy. Nah, you'll take too long. Just keep going with the program.
Yeah, we got to keep it moving here. So, anyways, exclamation point PO box. You can send us items there if you want. And we'll open them.
Items can be sent there, yeah.
Items can be sent. You can include a note if you want us to read it or not, and we can just wonder who the fuck sent us this item. That's fine too, I guess. But
or you can send an item and write Raz, then it's really for me. I mean, you can do a lot of things that are incorrect.
Sure. What you can't do is this. Keep your gift a surprise, open it first, and then open the envelope. Don't do that again. Don't let that happen again. That is unacceptable. My brain is tapped. I don't need riddles. Okay? Anyways. If you were listening for the jingle, of course, here the fuck it is.
Cool.
Any jinglers? Any jinglers, dude?
Jake loves this. It really gets him going. This is what Jake listens to every morning before he drops 29 bombs.
Yeah, maybe there's
Verdansk.
something to it.
I mean, he can't hit 30, so
well,
let's not do that much for him.
Okay. Keep that in mind. All right, boys and girls, welcome to the program. Timestampers, welcome. I know that was a lot of announcements, but I did not fuck up the timestamps. They just took a while. So, anyways, welcome. Got a lot to talk about today. Very exciting stuff. First, some playlist updates. This is really only for Cold War and another game, which we'll get into. Miami Strike 24/7 is in the game, and we'll get into the map in a bit. Multi-team Hardpoint on Golova is another playlist, and then multi-team Mosh Pit. Mosh Pit of multi-team modes, including 40-player Hardpoint on Ruka, Alpine, Sanatorium, and Golova. So it's like 40-player multi-team modes, but not fire team on fire team maps. It actually sounds pretty fucking fun, I would say. But we'll get into that a little more in a bit. Prop Hunt is as well. It's back. And then Snipers Only Mosh Pit, Nuketown 24/7, Gunfight, and Face Off. And then in MDub 2019, multiplayer, Kill House 24/7 is a playlist. Now, Kill House might sound familiar to some of you. You're old if it sounds familiar to you, because that's, of course, a COD 4 map, an MDub 1 original MDub map.
It's a map.
The good MDub map. The good MDub, that game's map. It's called Kill House, but we'll get into that, of course. So that's the real brief playlist updates, and now into patch notes. So starting with Cold War, mid-season 2 update, weapon balancing, new features, and more. Quite a few little changes, some good meticulous patch notes for Cold War mid-season 2 update. I would love to compare them, by the way, to the Warzone patch notes for the same patch, by the way.
We could.
One
it can be
is
done, yeah.
1,000 times longer. So, and actually more detailed. But Cold War, as always, we're going to pick out what we feel is important. We're going to kind of not talk about the rest. You know the vibes. So first of all, Miami Strike is a new map, and it is in Cold War, and it is played as a sixes map. Now, the strike maps are just like bigger maps made smaller. So Miami is the combined arms map. Miami Strike is just like a small cut-off section of Miami. And in this case, it's also in the daytime, whereas Miami regular is at night. I haven't played this yet. Tanner has, and he had some thoughts he shared with me. Can you share these with the class, please?
Share these with the class, yeah. So I played it for probably like 45 minutes yesterday. Great map. I can tell right away. I mean, nothing is like too crazy about it. It's just like a typical quick-paced 3-lane map by Treyarch. It's definitely smaller. Like, yeah, it's actually very small. I mean, there's a lot of times you'll spawn in on the one street, which is on like, I think it's the east side of the map. And it's like you'll spawn in and you'll see somebody to shoot at within 2 seconds of you spawning.
Ooh, I
enjoy that. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's very fast paced. There's a couple lanes through mid that get you to the opposite side of the map. But it seems to play really well. I love that it's during the day. I'm glad they didn't do it some BS where it's like, they just took Miami and then they did Miami Strike at nighttime. That would have been awful. Yeah. So this plays really well. I'm very happy with it. It goes along well with Apocalypse that they added in recently too. 2 really good maps. So yeah, I'm excited about this. They keep adding like more and more little maps like this that make me want to play sixes Cold War more often. So that's a good thing. Yeah, true. Every Strike map is better than its counterpart, actually. Yeah. Except Armada. Armada Strike is good, but I really like regular Armada too. But like Crossroads Strike, infinitely better. Crossroads Strike is just a good map in its own right. Way better than regular Crossroads. So it's cool that Miami is the same way. And daytime helps. Stop making shit at night. We'll get into it. Also, there's a new map called Mansion for 2s and 3s. Not many people play those, but there's a new map for it. It's called Mansion. And then Golova is in the game. Now, Golova was, of course, on Outbreak map first. And it is now in the multi-team playlist. Sweet. I don't know if they added it to Fireteam, but I would assume that they did. If they didn't yet, they will. Because all the multi-team maps right now are Fireteam maps. Good question. Yeah. I didn't see that if it did or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So since all the multi-team maps are Fireteam maps, it would stand to reason that Golova will either is currently or will soon be a part of the Fireteam rotation as well. Haven't had a chance to play this, but that is a new map, and I played it in Outbreak, obviously, and I thought it has potential to be quite good, which I'm excited to see. And also, one of the multi-team modes is called multi-team hardpoint. 10 squads of 4 fight for multiple hardpoints at a time. Each set of hardpoints lasts 120 seconds before rotating to the next locations. That sounds super interesting, because I remember you and I were speculating what the fuck multi-team hardpoint's going to mean, because we heard about this quite a while ago. Yeah. And we were like, dude, it's going to be too many people for one point. You're just going to constantly be dying. And I think it was your idea, like, well, what if they had multiple hardpoints? And it looks like that's what they went with. And you said you played a little bit of this before you rage quit. Is that correct?
No, I didn't play this. This is what we were going to play, and then we did not. But we will for sure be playing this, because I'm actually very excited for this. I like the rage quit thing you were just saying. Miami Strike is a great map, by the way, but it was ruined by, I wonder, a shotgun, right?
Shotguns.
It was destroyed by a street sweeper. Some guy with a dark matter street sweeper. He shot my body a few times too, for no goddamn reason. I'm like, dude, I haven't played this game in like 3 months. What are you shooting my body for? What do you feel proud of? I was using a level 20 Milano, and he has a dark matter street sweeper shooting my body. I'm like, okay, bud. And of course he was like 55 and 4. Yeah. Like, cool. So that was the last game of Cold War I play. But Yeah, multi-team hardpoint. This sounds very fun. Because if it was just one hardpoint, obviously this would have been a disaster. It actually would have been unplayable. So this sounds very fun. We're for sure going to get into this.
Yeah, definitely. So that's very cool. And it's up to 1,000. Also, some new prop hunt maps. Don't care. And they're not new maps. They're existing maps that are newly added to the prop hunt playlist. Don't care. And some league play changes. Don't care. Outbreak gets nighttime sanatorium as well. So sanatorium was not in the Outbreak play rotation at all, and now it's still not, but there's nighttime sanatorium instead. Sanatorium is like a very urban map. There's like a lot of, not urban, but there's a lot of buildings. I think this is very cool. I like the nighttime aesthetic. I like the idea of it. And it's fun and exciting and different to have your map be at night. Great. Don't do it in multiplayer.
Yeah.
Don't do it in multiplayer. But in zombies, I think that's awesome. Really
Agreed.
Cool. I think this could be like really fun. And particularly zombies, which is like, oh, spooky. You know, do that at night. Very cool. So that's
well, you may get spooked. I don't get scared like that, but yeah.
Well, we should find L2K's clip of you. I don't even care if I die. Okay. Oh, fuck. Anyways. Yeah, so nighttime sanatoriums and Outbreak. Very cool. And then there were quite a few weapon changes. Not any good ones, of course, but there were quite a few.
Nothing, yeah. Everything feels exactly
changes.
The same, pretty much.
Krig got a buff. It would appear, and it got some visibility improvements. FFAR got 12.8% more velocity. Cool. Groza got increased max damage range by 40%. That's huge because the Groza and the FFAR, I think, were really good even before this. So that's very interesting. And then a complete tuning pass on muzzle and underbarrel attachments that affect recoil on assault rifles. I don't think this could matter because those are like the only ways you get recoil control in Cold War multiplayer for AR, certainly. Maybe other things, but I think that's it. Yeah. But yeah, that's interesting. I haven't had a chance to see what exactly changed with those, but that could shake things up a lot because that's for like all underbarrel and muzzle attachments, not just assault rifles. This was listed in other places too. So that's very interesting. Also the Milano, massive buff. KSP, massive buff. Holy shit. 32.5% more velocity and 20% less of a burst delay on the KSP in Cold War multiplayer, which was already very good and could one tap pretty reliably. That gun just got disgusting, dude. Holy shit.
By the way,
Cold War multiplayer, use the KSP now. Yeah,
KSP is really good. By the way, the Milano, when I was playing Miami Strike, I am not kidding. I think every single person on the other team was using a Milano, and I was getting destroyed. And so, of course, I tried to use it and level it up, but mine was pretty low, like level 20 something, maybe up to level 25. And it felt like the worst gun in the world to me. So I don't know. I obviously didn't have the right attachments for it, but I was getting shredded by this thing so quickly. I even set it up with Gunfighter and put a bunch of attachments on it. Still didn't like it. So I think I just need to get it maxed out. But it's obviously very, very good now.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I was getting deleted.
Yeah. Because the handling on it was already really good before this buff. And now they just buffed like damage range, damage, and like velocity. So it's still going to handle really well. Now it's just going to do more damage. By the way, what we were saying about how much we like Cold War and how submachine guns fucking suck at range, they listened and they were like, cool. We're going to do the opposite and make SMGs way better now. So that's cool. AK-74U was nerfed, which is interesting. Reduced accuracy with prolonged firing and reduced velocity by 23.4%. That's what was so good about the AK-74U, and it's gone.
That's what I was saying, right? Is it like people use it like an assault rifle? That was the one SMG that was used like an assault rifle, pretty much.
Exactly.
So interesting change. Also, just notice how, as we were just saying, how precise these patch notes are. Like, reduce muzzle velocity by 23.4 4%. Listen as things change when we get into the Warzone patch notes in a bit here, right?
You mean the XclusiveAce patch notes, of course.
The content creator patch notes, courtesy of TrueGameData, JGOD, and XclusiveAce. Yeah,
it's so disgusting. I hate Infinity Ward, and it can't be overstated. Yeah, look at.
I mean, it's Raven now.
What? Yeah. Okay. Whatever.
You know what's interesting? Hold on. Remember the very first patch too? Raven had very precise patch notes, and we were like, dude, these are good patch notes, and we were excited. What happened to that?
Great question.
It's like Activision controls the patch notes for Warzone. Maybe that's it.
I think there's something there.
And they handle all of that. It has to be Activision, because this is not Activision. This is never done other than Treyarch. This is not Activision.
Yes, true. Yeah, I think you're probably right. Activision probably gets their grubby fuck hands all over Warzone, and they infect even the patch notes, which we'll of course get into. But anyways, AK-74U was nerfed. LC-10 nerfed as well. Reduced max damage range by 41%. Yikes. MAC-10 modified bullet pattern to add slightly more horizontal trajectories. What? So it recoils left and right more now?
That's what it sounds like they're trying to explain. Yeah, if that were the case, though, then you think they could have just said increased horizontal recoil or added horizontal.
Yeah, this is
not sure.
This is odd.
But regardless, thanks for letting us know something changed, right? We appreciate that.
Yeah. And then that's for SMGs. And then this is fun and exciting. Light machine guns is the next section in the patch notes. Now, these last two lists were long lists, right? Long lists. LMGs, surely the list is going to be longer than that, right? Because LMGs are, of course, among the most disgusting weapons in the game. Oh, wait, there's literally one note. For light machine gun alpha. Now, I don't know what that gun is. They've been giving me names here. LC-10, MAC-10, AK-74U. Light machine gun alpha, which I think is the stoner.
It's the stoner.
Reduced max damage range by 25%. That's it.
Cool.
That's all they did to LMGs. That's it. Just absurd.
No added recoil, no lesser damage profile, nothing.
As if this matters, by the way, when you put on a task force barrel that doubles your velocity anyways. This is so yikes. So, again, still, LMGs are just built different. They're just better. I was not terribly surprised that they missed the mark here. So, cool. Use the RPD now if you're really worried about range. You shouldn't be, but whatever. Completely untouched. Insane. Sniper rifles. Again, one note. Disabled glint effect on snipers with iron sights equipped. Cool. That's it. That's all. That's all it needed. Awesome. Great job. Great job, guys. Great job. So, cool. Absolutely. Q for Nuketown. Use a Pellington with iron sights. You can't lose a gunfight. Do that. So, awesome. And now they won't even see you there. So.
Yeah. By the way, we called all of this exactly. What did we say? Didn't we say the two weapon categories that needed to be nerfed the most are LMGs and snipers, but neither of them will be nerfed?
Correct.
And of course that happened.
Yeah, absolutely true.
It's just so obvious. It's not surprising. They cater to bad players, essentially, is what it is. I don't know. They're catering to like really bad players that can't somehow, I don't know how, but they can't hit their sniper shots versus nerfing the snipers, which is what they need to do. Yes. Because some kid on Twitter is crying. Vonderhaar's son is mauling every night because he can't hit his shots with his Pellington, right? Meanwhile, I'm getting a fucking 4-piece every time I reload and use the gun because it's that easy to use. Yeah. So he nerfs it. Yeah. I mean, he doesn't do anything to it.
Yeah. Vundy's nephew is crying because he can't get his Pellington gold after 6 months. Yeah.
So, of course, Vundy's nephew, Vundy, both enemies of the pod now.
Yeah, of course. The whole Vundy clan are, of course, enemies of the program. So, anyways. Also, RPG, slightly increased blast radius, greatly increased length of straight rocket flight path. So, they'll go straighter. That's cool. And then
RPG is still ass, by the way. I was watching XclusiveAce stream earlier. He was landing RPGs at their feet, and it wasn't one tapping them.
Yeah, yeah.
They were still alive. It's funny.
Which is good. I'm not mad about this.
Which is good, but it's again, it's like what purpose do they even really serve then?
Yeah.
It's like who's gonna use it other than to get a camouflage on it?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's just fluff, It's unnecessary fluff in the game to say they have this amount of weapons.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they should do it with like BO4. There's one launcher in BO4.
Arms. Yeah.
Like that's fine. You can free fire or lock on. We don't need launcher fucking variety. I don't care. Don't use one. Shoot down streaks with it. That's it. Those are your options. Also, last little note we wanted to go over. Infantry V-choke, which is an attachment on shotguns in Cold War. Updated attachment description to clarify pros and cons. This is good because I'm still not sure if that attachment makes your hip fire tighter or wider. Because it said, I think, wider hip fire radius, and then they classified this as a pro, which of course it isn't. You don't want your more bullet spread. We're not duck hunting. I want it to be as tight as possible for one taps. So I didn't know if this was what they meant or what's going on. I was in a blender. So maybe the description makes sense now. I don't know, but that's good.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even know. And I don't know. No idea.
Yeah.
Cool.
So remove shotguns, but anyway.
Yeah. Remove shotguns from first person shooters, right?
Yeah.
There's the problem right there.
Absolutely. So also in terms of patch notes changes, MW 2019 Game of the Year edition for multiplayer got 3 new maps. One of them is Drainage. It's a gunfight map. Okay. One of them is called Airbase, which is a 6v6 map. I don't believe this is based off of anything or a remaster. I'm not sure. It might be like a subset of like a ground war map. I wouldn't put it past iDub to do that.
No.
But I think it is an
map,
original.
I believe.
Yeah, which is interesting. And then lastly, a return of Kill House from COD 4. This is like one of the smallest maps ever. It's super small, and there is nothing going on. You're just in a... It's like you're in a...
You're in a kill house.
Yeah, sure, a kill house. It's just like some little room with some like plywood around, and that's
You're
it.
thinking of something different. Kill House is a way bigger map than like Shipment even. It's like 3 times the size of Shipment. Maybe double.
I'll look into it. But how did you like Kill House when you played COD 4, Tanner Dropshot?
It was a fun map. There were a lot of that was back when we had a server browser, RIP. There were a lot of like Kill House 24/7 servers and whatnot.
RIP, yeah.
But that was a fun map. Yeah, it was like a good warm up map. It's kind of just similar to like it's similar in the sense of like a Shipment where you kind of just you're getting a lot of kills quickly. But it's not as small as Shipment, that's for sure. It's not 3 times the size. It's probably more like double. But yeah, it's a good map. I mean, it's all just one building. It's like in a hangar basically, and then there's like there's stacks of like pallets and shit, and then there's just other wooden structures around. I mean, think of like a training kill house or something. So
yeah, and I've got some images on screen here.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it looks cool. I didn't remember that big center tower thing.
It's hard to get
there,
up to it. Yeah, exactly. So it almost doesn't matter.
Yeah, interesting. So,
but yeah,
it's from M4 or MW.
Really cool map. I just wish they had added it into Modern Warfare, like 8 months ago or something. Yeah,
yeah, that'd be cool.
Because if it's a remaster, why did it take this long to put it out? But I guess they want to they're probably trying to bring people back to multiplayer, if anything. So they put this out.
Yeah, why would they make new maps for a game that's out of its like life cycle? That's like the first time that they've ever done it in any COD game, as far as I know. Just because of the Warzone integration shit.
Have they not done that in other games? It doesn't really seem that weird, honestly, because there's a lot of people playing the game still. But I think that's because so many people just dislike Cold War. But I'm trying to think, did like World War II or BO4? Yeah, we didn't get any new maps after the game's cycle, did we?
No. Because they would sell it with a battle pass, and then they would release battle pass maps throughout the year, and you get the last battle pass map like 2 months before the new game comes out and you didn't care anymore.
This may just be the future of cross-platform also, because they know the game is always going to be more populated than it was before, having crossplay. So maybe we'll just start seeing this going forward. Because I mean, there will be people playing Modern Warfare 2019 Game of the Year Edition multiplayer 6 years from now. Still, you know, there will be those people that still play the game.
Yeah, true.
So it's not that weird to release a new map, you know, 5 months after the game cycle.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Interesting. By the way, MDub got more multiplayer maps this season than Cold War did. It's fun and exciting, isn't it?
Oh man!
So very
season
cool.
2 Reloaded, dude.
Very cool. Yeah, super
we also
Reloaded.
Season 2 Reloaded, and they didn't even give us that new sniper yet either. It's still just coming soon. What?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I mean, what are you doing, right?
Yeah, you know the vibes for sure. So
we know we play Call of Duty. We know the vibes.
Yeah. So that's that. Now on to Warzone Season 2 Reloaded. Patch notes. Well, not much to talk about here. Nothing
changed. Cool.
Not from iDub anyway.
And nothing must have changed then.
So a couple little items that we picked out. These patch notes were not very long, but I'm still gonna curate them. So one of them is armor should now spawn consistently as ground loot across all matches. This I feel like has been true generally.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree.
So that's good. There were times before this patch for about a month or two where you would go to whole areas of the map and there's just no armor. There's simply none.
Mm-hmm.
And they seem to have fixed it, so that's good. Go ahead.
By the way, while we're talking about that, they for sure increased the spawn rate of the orange chest, by the way, 100%. Which means you also find way more satchels, is what I noticed today.
Yeah, there are a lot of satchels. Mm-hmm.
And there pretty much was a plate in like every single building you go in, just about. They are all over the place. But yeah, I found, how many hours have we played? Like 3 or 4 maybe?
Oh, yeah, like
something
3.
like that. Regardless, I found at least double the amount of orange loot crates I usually find. I found 2 in the same room. My first game on this morning, actually.
Wow.
2 in the same exact room. We had $10,000 within 40 seconds of landing.
Yeah. Yeah. Lot of loot. A lot of hee XDs too, which we'll of course get into.
That's big too. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. That definitely just adds into the more armor plates in general, obviously, because the satchels,
which I kind of like. I don't like self-reses being everywhere like they are, and I don't like streaks being everywhere like they are. But armor, I do like.
Did you ever find? I didn't find stopping power today on the ground. Did you?
Once.
Okay, you did. I found Deady numerous times, but stopping power I never saw, other than I killed somebody that had it. That was the only time I got one today.
When we also didn't land that team. Oh, you weren't there. Never mind.
Oh. Also, one of the spots we usually find that we didn't land today, which is train station, that always has a bunch of stopping power.
Squad W.
Yeah. Got it. Maybe. I don't know.
You know,
but anyways, you do, of course, know the vibes. So yeah, anyway, armor should spawn more consistently. TAC map has been updated. So there's some cool shit now. You can double click to place a danger ping, which is cool. If you have the map open and you're on either, I would guess. When hovering over some pingable objects, you'll now sometimes get the name of the object, making it easier to see what you're pointing at. I don't know what that means, but maybe you guys do. Cool.
When hovering over some pingable
prior to pinging it?
No.
I hate this. Don't give me more clutter. So if you're hovering over shotgun ammo, if you don't ping it, it'll say like shotgun ammo. Don't do that. I don't need more shit on my fucking screen. In fact, Hank Scorpio, your brother-in-law, who was formerly known as not the shit one, but your other shit brother-in-law, Hank Scorpio.
He's going further to that shit side for sure.
Every day, and I think he may have crossed the threshold today. He pinged a fucking deployable cover on a bridge, and I simply couldn't see the room that across the bridge where there was a
so
sniper
dark.
trying to kill me. I simply couldn't see it. I was like, please fucking remove the ping, Hank. Now, we, of course, put him in the fucking blender. We figured it out. But change it. Stop it, Hank. And also, more importantly...
Stop it, Hank.
Don't fucking have pinging shit completely obstruct my vision. You know what I wish they would do? If they're gonna... Hey, while we're at it, guys, allow me to remove your pings, right? Allow you being able to remove teammates' pings.
Agreed. You should be able to. Why should I be forced upon their ping on my screen?
Yes.
If they mark something, I should be able to say, "Oh, fantastic! I know that's there. Thank you for the intel. I'm unmarking it though because you're dumb and I don't need it there." Exactly. I noticed that today too. I feel like, I don't know, why did we have pings all over the place? I even commented that at one point. I was like, dude, can everyone remove every ping on the map right now? Because I feel like we have 12 pings up. It's like things weren't disappearing when they usually were or something. I don't know. They've probably broken something with the pinging system, I'm sure.
Assume something is fucked.
It was odd though.
Yeah.
And am I just fucking stupid, or are you not able to make all of the pings in general more transparent? I thought there was a setting for that, isn't there?
I don't know. There should be, like, increase the opacity of the, or decrease the opacity of the pings. I don't know. I don't think there's a setting for it. There should be, but
I mean, there should be a button to just turn pings off, right? They're saying, oh, there's somebody on orange.
Don't use it.
Don't care. Don't care. My pings are off. Cool, but yeah, sure.
That's not a good
go
setting
off.
to turn
Go
off.
off, right?
Shut the fuck up.
Go off, kid.
Okay, well, whatever. Anyways, so cool. It should now be slightly easier to point at exactly what you want when items are very close to one another. Why?
Fake news. It's fake news.
Fake news, and how would that make any fucking sense?
So they fix the pinging when objects are close to each other. So when I see, okay, listen to this. So I see a satchel, pistol ammo, an armor box, and a fucking ground loot M16 right there, right? And I'm trying to pick up the satchel. So I can easily point at it and ping it now. But when you go to press the button to pick it up, you're picking up every other item besides the satchel, right? Because that's not fixed. But I'm glad you can ping it successfully.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks. Yeah. Really appreciate that. They're so dumb.
They prioritize the rarity of the items on the ground.
Yeah.
And the first priority is gray ground loot. That's the first thing you'll pick up. If you want your custom gun, good luck. You got to pick up 8 things first.
Yeah. Hey, why not auto pick up a satchel? Why would I not want to pick up a satchel?
True.
I love to auto pick up ammo. Of course, that's a thing when I run over. Why not have auto pick up on streaks and satchels at the bare minimum?
Agreed.
At the bare minimum. I can see like deady trophies, not that type of stuff because there's more options there. But if there's any streak on the ground, I'm not going to pass it up. I don't care what it is. I'm taking it, right?
Especially if
give
you
me
don't
the streaks,
have anything
give me the satchels.
Slot.
It's so simple.
Yeah. Like if I have no streak, I'm never not going to want the streak. Even if it's a shield turret, I'll take it. Sure.
Like,
and then if I find another one, I'll swap it. But why would you not just give it to me?
Exactly.
It's so dumb.
And people have complained about that for months and months.
It won't.
Another thing regarding that, by the way, how you can't pick anything up. Earlier when we were playing, and Bango wanted us to get him rocket launcher ammo. So there's a munitions box about 3 feet to my left. There's an RPG, whatever he was using, Strela, about 3 feet in front of me. I'm looking at the Strela. I'm looking at it. It says on my screen, press this button to pick up this weapon. So I'm looking at it to pick it up because I was going to get the ammo box to refill launcher ammo for Bango. So I press the button to pick it up. What do? It picks up the munitions box ammo. So I got my ammo and I didn't pick up the fucking Strela when that was what was on my screen. Press F to pick up Strela, and I press the button and it refills my ammo using the button F instead. It's so broken.
Yeah. Press F to pay respects to Bango's
glad
rockets.
the pinging system is fixed though, right?
Yep. Typical Infinity Ward. Fixing shit no one cares about. By the way, it's probably not fixed. This is probably all fake.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't know. But trying to fix things no one cares about, and not fixing things people do, of course, care about, which we'll get into. With keyboard, mouse, or any bumper ping control scheme, holding the ping button down for a short time will let you clear all your placed pings at once. This is cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's about 14 months too late. Should have always been a feature, but good. Glad they added it finally. I don't know if it works, of course. It could not work. I don't know.
I used it. I used it a couple times, yeah.
All right, good. Next is a pretty controversial little patch note here. The Cold War AUG's base recoil magnitude has been increased. So a little bit more recoil on the Cold War AUG in Warzone. And we have some media to show you to that effect, but this is real and true.
We have some media. Interesting.
Yeah, we have some media. So we'll get more into that shortly, but the AUG's base a little more recoil. Also, the Cavalry Lancer barrel now increases damage done to vehicles. This is also real and true, which we'll get into. But now it does that. So, and then fix the bug where some Cold War barrels were not having their intended effects. This is not true. This is fake. They still don't match the description. Some of them do. Many don't. We'll get into it. But before we do that, before we get to the hidden patch notes, a couple other new developments in Verdansk. You can buy an RCXD at buy stations now. Now, so the RCXD costs, I don't know,
3,000.
3,000, cool. So you would think in the buy station menu that they have now, right? They have a menu. And they've ordered the menu. They've ordered it from least expensive to most expensive item. This is intuitive and it makes sense. Awesome. Now you add a new item that you can buy at the buy station. So there's another item to be bought at the buy station. So you need to put that item into the menu. Now you have a neatly organized menu from least expensive to most expensive. RCXD clocking in at 3,000 United States dollars. You would think that would be somewhere toward the top. Between the thing that's more expensive and less expensive would be my guess.
Yeah.
Now, is that what they did? Of course not.
Yeah, right? Oh, wait, what do you mean?
Not.
Wait, how hard is it to put the 3,000 next to the other items that are $3,000? What do you mean? What'd they do?
Excellent question, Tanner. I would guess that it's not fucking hard at all, but also they managed to fuck it up. Crazy. Which is super surprising because Infinity Ward certainly doesn't make mistakes of this kind.
Raven.
Now, you might be like, Raz, why is this such a big deal? You know, your OCD can relax. Well, it's at the very bottom of the list. What's the issue with that? Well, for 14 months, if you're on controller, you go to a buy station and you press fucking X to buy a loadout drop, which is like the most common item or one of the most common items you're going to purchase. And now if you do that, you buy yourself an RCXD. And now you don't have your 10K anymore. And then Huskers and Jowo in their 3v3 kill race tournament descend upon you and fuck your ass with their FFARs because you couldn't buy a loadout because Infinity Ward is fucking dumb. And they put the RCXD in the menu in the worst possible place it could be in. Actually,
there couldn't be a worse spot.
There couldn't be a worse spot.
It wouldn't matter if it was anywhere else besides the very bottom.
Exactly.
Even if it were right above loadout, it wouldn't matter. But your instinct is to go to the very bottom of the list and click buy immediately. So many times that I almost bought an RCXD. Luckily, I didn't. But I saw so many people today saying that. They're like, I bought 3 RCXDs today instead of loadouts.
Yep. So, cool. Thanks. On to the actual RCXD. Well, maybe an RCXD, even though it only costs 3,000, is actually better for my team than a loadout drop is. Maybe it's really good. Well, let's talk about it. What are your thoughts on the RCXD? Have you used it?
We used the RCXD quite a bit today, actually. I tried to do Bango and I before you got on, especially we're doing some internal testing with it. So the RCXDs aren't great, which is I'm fine with. That's completely fine. One thing we tested because I was like, dude, if these can push open doors on their own, these can be busted. They cannot do that, so that's good. They can't push open a door. So if somebody's camping in a building, cool, doesn't matter. You can't go through the door. We didn't test like jumping through a door, like pressing the jump before. I assume it still wouldn't open it. But just driving it into a door, they can jump. Yeah, they fly. They go very fast too. Like They outrun a Bertha by a long shot. I don't know what they do versus the other vehicles, but a Bertha they catch up to
class.
easily.
Like, you think you could
Good
jump
question.
into
We have more
a
testing
house?
there. We have more testing there to do for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they can't push open doors, and they can't down somebody who's fully plated, which again, I'm fine with.
Awesome.
So they don't do a lot of damage to vehicles. There was a Bertha driving by us earlier, and I was like, dude, let's test this out. Maybe this will destroy vehicles at least. So I threw that bitch down on the ground. He was going straight up the road. I followed him. It was like that one scene in Toy Story where that little car is trying to catch up to the moving truck that left him behind, right?
Yeah.
You turn on boost. The thing's just fucking flying. It goes so fast. It is flying. I get right up. I go between the back tires. I get up below the engine, detonate, and I get a little white ping.
No.
That was it. I don't know what happened, but it did almost no damage. It was so far away at that point I couldn't see. Also, when you detonate these things, you don't know what happens because you press the button and your screen is just black. It doesn't even make a sound. So all you have to go off of is you look at your hit markers. So I've gotten, I've cracked armor. And then, or I've just gotten a white hit pretty much. So
I wonder if you press
so it
detonate,
doesn't do much to vehicles.
I wonder though, if you press detonate and the Bertha just got far away before it actually exploded. Like, what if you had to drive in front of it like 20 yards and then press detonate so that by the time it actually blows up, it's like under the Bertha,
Interesting. Yeah, good question. The other thing we need to try is putting C4 on top of it. We need to test that out. That could be very fun, actually. Putting C4 on and trying to blow up vehicles. That could be. That could be a lot of fun.
Don't start doing that. I'll edit that out. I don't want people doing this to me.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll edit that out for sure.
And so the other thing it does is when it explodes, it detonates. It makes an explosion, and then it throws out some gas, some tear gas that'll make you rub your eyes a little bit, mess up your vision, of course. Make you incapable of doing whatever. I don't know.
It's like
it
a
just
gas
throws
grenade, yeah.
It's a gas grenade essentially, yeah.
The difference is it lasts for 45 minutes.
It lasts a little bit longer. So consensus on them, they're not good. That's okay. They don't cost a whole lot. Again, I would never buy it for $3,000. I would buy a cluster for $3,000, or I would just spend $500 more and buy a precision.
Yeah.
I do want to do some more testing with it though. Like you're saying, see if it goes through glass. Try the C4 trick. That could be fun. But more than anything, it can give you intel. So you can kind of just drive and see, like, maybe there's a team over here. You drive it around a mountain and see, oh shit, there's a team of 4 up here. It's also not very loud when it's near you, so you could easily get it pretty close to somebody. Now, when you first call it in, it's like when an enemy calls in a UAV, you hear enemy RCXD inbound or enemy RCXD in the area, something like that. But you can't ever actually hear it. So it could kind of be used as intel. But again, if you want intel, spend $1,000 more, buy a UAV. I don't really see where these fall in as being anything worth using in their current state.
Agreed.
But again, that's not like an issue necessarily. So
yeah. Agreed. I'm glad they fucking suck, which it seems like they do. I'd prefer they just not be in the game at all because they're just like some kind of goofy novelty. I could be proven wrong, but I don't see these ever being worth buying. However, they are worth using if you loot one. So like I did that a couple times. I cracked one dude that I was pretty close to, and then another team, they died before my RC got there. But I don't know. It seems fine. I got hit with it a couple times, and it's like, it could help. Like you put some damage on the guy and then start shooting him, I guess. But yeah, just not crazy. What were you gonna say?
I guess they have a place because also, like Hank just said, I forgot about this one. They can go in gas and not. I don't think they take any damage, or they don't take much damage. So maybe towards the end, final circle, you can call it in if you know where somebody's at, like behind some trees or some shit. Call it in, go slightly through the glass or the gas, blow it up, and then your teammates can be ready to shoot on them because they'll have taken a hit. I don't know, something kind of like that. Kind of like throwing a Semtex. You kind of push them out of an area, or just
That's a good point.
Make him hit.
I wonder if you can see pings while you're in the RC. So like, okay, he's behind that rock. That's the last guy. It's a 2v1. Like,
can you see ping, or can you ping from the RCXD?
No, can you see pings? So you can ping a rock yourself and then drive up to it. I don't know. Either way.
Yeah.
either way, they're in. I'm ultimately fine with them. They're whatever. They're pretty.
They're
like,
a fun little.
Cool,
it's a fun little thing.
Yeah,
I'm glad
toy.
they don't down you though. If they full down somebody, that would make me furious. So I think they have them balanced fine right now.
Yeah, agreed. So, but put them in fucking the right spot on the list. But yeah. And then also attack helicopters are back in the game. So we talked about this when they've been in the game before for about an hour and then they got patched out and now they're back. It seems like every single helicopter has guns on it now. I don't think we saw a helicopter without machine guns on it.
Yeah. So these.
Yeah, they look the same on the mini map. I think it's just all helicopters transformed. But go ahead, sorry.
I think they first put these out when they added in Rebirth Island, I'm pretty sure. And then they were literally out hours later after that. And I don't think they came back once since then. So this is the first time. Yeah, not 100% sure on this, but we played for a few hours today and I never saw a helicopter that didn't have guns in it. So I'm assuming every single helicopter now has the miniguns. Can't confirm that though, but that's for sure what it seems like. So
that's what it seems like.
From what I could tell, there's 4 slots, I think, right? There's the pilot, a co-pilot, which sits inside and you can't do anything. It's like the pilot, but you can't fly, obviously. And then there's the left minigunner, and then the right gunner. So they suck, which, I'm fucking fine with. That's great, actually.
Yeah.
But it's like, why even put them back in the game at that point? They're kind of a buggy mess. Like the visuals are screwed up. It feels like when you're stuck in the gunner position too, it feels like you're stuck on default FOV, like 80, 90, whatever that is. So you don't have a wide field of view. Every little move that the pilot makes throws off your aim by a lot. Pretty much your pilot has to not be moving. If you see somebody or see a vehicle, you have to tell them to stop. And they almost have to hover there in order for you to hit something successfully. They overheat pretty quickly. And it just doesn't do a lot of damage against infantry or vehicles. So, again, this is one of those things that I'm fine with all that. We don't want busted, overpowered helicopters with guns flying around the map. But I would actually rather have regular helicopters back because now you can't shoot out of them. You can't switch seats like you used to be able to because before there were 5 seats total. Now there's 4. So if you're getting shot at, you're just fucked essentially because you can't switch seats.
Yes, if it's a full chopper,
can't. Yeah, like El just said, you can't plate up or you can't reload while you're on the guns. But the best thing to do out of choppers was sniping out of them. That was fun to do. That took skill to do, right? That was skillful if you got like a nasty snipe out of a moving helicopter, and now that's gone.
Yeah.
And instead we have miniguns that take, I think, about 18 bullets to kill an unarmored infantry opponent. So they're just dumb. It's kind of cool to hear them flying around and shooting the guns. It is fun. We had some fun like chasing some people, but ultimately they're just I would rather have regular helicopters in the game.
Exactly. That's how all this shit is, dude. Like the RCXD, the bombardment shit, which we'll get into, the choppers with fucking guns on them. They're fun and exciting and they're cool for an afternoon. And then tomorrow I'm going to be done with all of it. I'll never want to see a fucking RCXD again. I'll never want to see these dumb helicopter fucking guns that don't work. And I certainly won't want to have to go get a hearing aid for my ears just being raped for the entire duration of every Warzone match with these fucking bombardment missile silos, these klaxons, just all kinds of dog shit in the game. Cool. Awesome. Do it for an afternoon and then stop it. It's just this
fluff.
Gimmicky shit is fluff. Yeah, it's fluff. Super fluffy. And on the topic of the helicopters, what I noticed, I only used it once today, but I was 30 meters from a guy who was not moving, and neither was our chopper. And I was shooting right at him, and I got no hit markers.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just like you said, they're just buggy. Like it doesn't make sense. And like you said, also, I'm fine. I want them to fucking suck, but they should suck because they're like, they overheat fast. It shouldn't suck because your bullets don't go where you're pointing your gun. That's the difference. You know
yeah, I guess that makes sense actually. Yeah, just like by the time, for how buggy they are, it's like by the time you can finally track somebody and really start shooting at them, like the gun is just overheated at that point.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's not much of a warning when they're overheated, or like it doesn't, I don't even know if it tells you when it's overheated. I think it just stops shooting, and I don't even know if it makes a sound. I'm not sure. I was just always confused. I'm like, why isn't my gun shooting? I guess it's overheated. I don't know. Kind of one of those things. But yeah, I would rather, I hope we just got incredibly unlucky and there are still regular helicopters on the map, but it sure doesn't seem that way. I don't know if anyone in chat right now can confirm that. If anyone saw a regular helicopter today, let us know, because we did not.
Yeah, we didn't see
in the hours we played
a single solitary one. So yeah, that's that. So anyways, whatever. So that's it. Now on to hidden patch notes, and there's more to talk about here. This first set of hidden patch notes is courtesy, of course, of XclusiveAce, friend of the program. Link to the video and his channel will be in the show notes. And his, he gives more patch notes than Infinity Ward does, of course. This is what the AUG recoil nerf looks like. As I said, they actually did nerf it. This is from 14 meters away with no attachments. So it probably looks little less 14 meters is awfully close, and you can already see that there's a difference in recoil. It's actually pretty substantially worse.
It's almost double, technically.
Yes.
Almost.
And this is only at 14 meters. So imagine, 30, maybe 25, 30, which is like the average gunfight range for an AUG, I would say. And what this nerf seems to be to me, because this is the only thing that we know of that changed on the AUG, is that it just made it worse at range, but it's still going to absolutely shit on you at like close to medium range.
Yeah.
Which, in my opinion, not enough. Simply not enough. The problem with the AUG was never the range of it, in my view. It was the time to kill and the burst delay. And this is a step in the right direction, but it's effectively only hurting its range. Like the M16 was really good because it was such a tight grouping, which we talked about before. The AUG was never good for that. It was never as good at like the long ranges as the M16 was. So nerfing its like long range capacity in this way, I don't know. I feel like this isn't quite enough, but it is definitely worse now, which is good because the AUG is disgusting.
It is worse.
But
yeah.
What are your thoughts on it? Because we both used it today.
We both use it today. I didn't notice it at first. My first game on, I was like, it's literally no different. By the second game, though, I could definitely tell. From what I was thinking, what we were saying is that it seems like more than anything, the initial bullet on the burst gives more recoil than before. And that's kind of what makes it weird, because the way to use the AUG before is that you fired your burst, you brought down your reticle again to where it was real quick, and then you fired another burst after, just as the recoil stopped and everything was settled, like immediately you fire another burst. And I felt like it kind of screwed with the burst delay because of that reason, because like the initial shot has a lot more recoil. That's kind of how it seemed to me. But yeah, right from the get-go, I wasn't really liking it. Again, this has still been, I mean, it's always been a nasty, nasty gun, but I do think it's been one of those that's a little bit better on controller, probably.
Yeah.
So it's for sure still going to like shred an M16 up close. But today I was using the M16 and it felt really, really good. I forgot how accurate that gun is at range. Holy shit.
I know.
So I think within like a few days, people are kind of going to get sick of just, it's not a ton of added recoil to the AUG, but still people will be like, it's just a little bit too much. Let's try out the M16. And they're going to realize that the 3 bullets almost land in the same exact hole at fucking 50 meters. And they're just going to start using the M16. So I shredded with it today. I really liked it. I was actually pairing it with the Mac 10 for a lot of it. It was nice to use the Mac 10 again. And not the FFAR all day. So yeah, that's where I'm at. It's definitely not enough whatsoever. It needs a lot more. It needs just lower overall damage, essentially. They just need to change the damage profile on it. It's really just that simple.
I agree.
But M16's feeling good. I know that.
Yeah. So just for clarification, the M16 did not get changed as far as we know. It's just that since the AUG got a little nerf, M16 got a little better by comparison. But the M16 itself, as far as we know, who knows? But as far as we know, hasn't changed. Just so we're not confusing you guys. Strike Team barrel is still the best barrel in the AUG and the M16, and it still increases velocity, even though it doesn't say it does in the description. So, good job, Infinity Ward. Cavalry Lancer on the Stoner, however, and on most other guns, actually does do more damage to vehicles now. Literally double.
A lot. Yep.
So if you need 90 Stoner bullets to disable a Bertha, you now need 45. By the way, that's fucking quick, dude. That's real quick. Now,
it's very quick, yeah.
Is it worth using? Of course not. But it's interesting. And the only thing that I've seen multiple people saying, by the way, I had this thought, but I saw other people saying it too. I was the first one to think of it, but other people have said it since. Because they're stealing my thoughts, is of course this. The only time I could maybe see this being used is in solos when everyone's being a Bertha rat toward the end. It would be really convenient to have a Cavalry Lancer to like instantly disable it. However, I'd still rather have another gun.
Exactly.
Even in solos, I don't even think it would be worth it.
That's exactly where I was going to go. It's like, yeah, cool. End game, it can destroy Berthas, but at the end game, you're not thinking about that ahead of time. Because not all end circles have 5 Berthas in them. You know, there are a lot of ending circles with none. So it's more you're just thinking about what loadout you want for the end. If you want a sniper, if you want your double AR, SMG, etc. So, yeah, still, this isn't going to be something we'll see used that often, I don't think.
Yeah, agreed. Which is fine. I think it's just, it's interesting. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think this is going to matter much. But it did change, so for your guys' edification. So also the fast mag attachments now slow your aim down sight time, at least on the FFAR and the M16, as it has on everything else. So like the Mac 10, people don't use the fast 53 round mag because it's barely faster than the 53 round drum, but it penalizes your ADS time. That was not true for the FFAR and the M16. That's why everyone ran the 50 round fast mag on the FFAR. But they fixed it now. So now the FFAR 50 round fast mag will slow down your ADS time, and it will speed up your reload time. Seems like not worth it. You should use the regular mag now on the
really
FFAR.
Bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
From what I think JGOD or one of them said, I believe this affects all Cold War weapons. We're assuming. I doubt anyone went through and tested every single one. But it seems to be all the Cold War weapons that had fast mags before. Now the ADS time is a lot worse. And it's like really bad. On one of them, I don't remember if it was I think it was the AUG, or maybe it was the M16. I think it's the M16. The 60 round fast mag, the ADS time is almost an extra, I think it was 90 or 100 milliseconds.
That's
with a fast
lot.
mag. Not worth it at all. You're literally better off running the regular 45 round mag on the M16. That's what I did all day long. I never once thought, oh, I wish I had an extra 15 bullets, and my ADS time was fine.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So that's true now. And it's also, again, true for the FFAR. So stop using the 50 round fast mag on that.
Yeah.
Also, so by the way, that amounts to like an FFAR nerf kind of, because I think the ADS time of the regular 50 round mag is slower than the pre-nerf 50 round fast mag. Maybe. I'm actually not sure.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, okay. I think so.
It sure seemed that way. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, that doesn't matter that much. If you're running an FFAR, it's still very good. And just drop the 50 round fast mag. Unless you're in my lobby, then drop all your magazine attachments and drop the gun and deliver me money like Nick Murph.
Yeah, stream snipe for us, please.
Stream snipe for us and drop your cash.
Yeah.
Tight Snub is a a new Cold War Magnum barrel. And it increases damage in Warzone. No, my mic didn't cut out. I didn't mean to say damage range. Damage. Just does more damage. Cool. And by the way, Cold War Magnums, you can use akimbo, which is fun and exciting.
Oh, yeah, you can, huh?
Courtesy of XclusiveAce, here's a little screen grab from his video, which will be linked in the show notes, of course. Base damage is like 82, and then if you put on this tight snub barrel on the Magnum, from 82 upper torso, it goes to 101 with the tight snub barrel. Headshots, 149. Upper torso, 94. Limbs, 92. What this means is that if you get one headshot and one upper chest shot, that's 2 bullets to kill a fully plated enemy player. Now, if you have akimbo magnums, what does that mean? One taps. You can just one tap people. Now, granted, you have to get at least one headshot, and then the second shot would either also have to be a headshot or an upper torso shot. So that's not going to happen super often with akimbo, but if it happens even once, I'm fucking malding, because that is a 0-second time to kill. It's an I'm dead fun. It's a full plates, I'm dead, game's over, fun, cool. Stop it. Don't allow for this. But even worse than that, because you might be thinking, you have to get pretty lucky for that to happen. Okay, well, 3 shots fucking anywhere, basically, with this tight snub barrel will down a fully plated opponent. That is not good. Because when you have akimbo magnums, you're going to land 3 shots real fucking fast. Now, is this ever going to be better as a secondary than an FFAR? Of course not. But the FFAR will be nerfed. And then, how many akimbo magnums are we going to see? What are your thoughts on this, Tanner?
Somebody in chat is saying akimbo magnum for Cold War is not in Warzone.
I've used it.
I swear it is. I was going to say, doesn't Bango use it?
Akimbo is a stock attachment,
yeah,
Mr. Noob.
It's there. Okay, I just want to make sure before we get into this more.
It's a stock attachment. That's how you do akimbo. They call it dual wield.
Yeah, I haven't came across these yet. Literally the only person I've ever seen use these in Warzone is Bango, actually. So hopefully that's a good thing. This doesn't sound good. Do we know anything about like what the range is? Like
not great.
How far out?
He was saying not great. I don't think he provided
Okay, so that's
values.
good then. Okay, so then that should like ideally be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which the shotguns are extremely powerful, but you have to be like within 6 meters, basically.
Right.
So I guess that's fine. The only thing I don't like about pistols is the movement speed is so damn fast with them. Like with the akimbo Renettis and shit in the past, like they just get up inside of you so quick because of the movement speed, and that's what makes them so bad. That's what kind of worries me about those compared to like a shotgun, is how quick they can close the gap on you. Yeah. But I don't know. Hopefully we don't end up seeing something like this. It sounds pretty damn powerful though. Yeah.
And by the way, this tight snub barrel also increases vehicle damage. Not that that really matters, but just so you guys know. So that's fun and exciting. And then also on the topic of rear grips, courtesy of JGOD, friend of the program, his video, of course, will be linked in the show notes as well. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to open that. Rear grips finally, sort of, appear to actually work sometimes in very limited circumstances.
Sometimes not really, right?
So this is a screen grab from his video today. And the interesting part here is this. Most of them still actually just do the opposite of what they say they do. So that's fun and exciting. However, the speed tape on the 4 guns he tested increased aim down sight time by an average of 3.9%. And the Serpent Wrap, which is a rear grip on Cold War guns, of the 4 guns he tested, which are the MAC-10, FFAR, the Tundra, and the Pellington, on average, they increased the aim down sight time using the Serpent Wrap by 7.75% at the cost of added sprint-to-fire time. So,
interesting.
My takeaway from this is Serpent Wrap is never going to be good on an SMG, probably, or an AR. Maybe an AR, but definitely not an FFAR because you use that like an SMG. Basically, you don't want to have extra sprint to fire time if it's your like in a building gun, because you want to be able to start shooting your gun. However, though, with a sniper rifle, sprint to fire time really doesn't fucking matter. It's your aim down sight time that matters. So this makes the Cold War snipers, Tundra, Pellington, and probably the Barrett, a lot better, because now you can put a Serpent wrap on and increase your ADS time by a good amount. It increases it on the Tundra by 6.17% and 3.56% on the Pellington. And by the way, there was like a floating attachment already for Cold War snipers. So now it's not like we have to sacrifice anything that we were using, really. We're just getting less aim down sight time. So that's interesting. What are your thoughts on this? Think Cold War guns are going to make a comeback? Or snipers, rather?
I don't know. That's interesting what you said. I definitely agree with you about the SMGs and AR Serpent wrap not being good on usually. But for sure the SMGs, no shot. Especially when you're running auto attack sprint too, like we are right now. That'd be an awful thing to have on an SMG.
Yeah.
Snipers though, I can see Serpent wrap being a good thing. I'm trying to think what attachment I would drop. I haven't used a Cold War sniper in a couple months.
So it's typically wrapped suppressor, combat recon barrel, an ammo thing, and a scope. Those are the 4 attachments. And you want to use a scope so you don't have glint. And then the 5th attachment was just floating. That's where the Serpent wrap would go.
And mine, I actually used the default scope because I hated all the other ones. I didn't care that it doesn't give you glint. So that's interesting. So I would for sure have a spot for Serpent wrap. Yeah,
100%.
I've seen a lot of people saying these are good, the Tundra and Pellington. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. I would like to test them again. I always enjoyed those. I know though, TrueGameData did put some video out about it. I kind of watched it, but he kind of described it perfectly where he was like, you know, like a lot of people don't like the Cold War snipers because of like the way that they feel. I think he used the term like snappy or something when you aim in. It's just like zooming in is just weird on them. It's so hard to describe. Just going from just holding your gun to ADS. It's an odd fucking. It just looks weird. Something's off with it. I don't know what it is. So he was saying like still a lot of people aren't going to like Cold War snipers because of that, but the Serpent wrap is helping that a lot. Yeah. It's like the animation is just odd. I don't know. Something's not right with it.
It's jarring. It's like It's like
he's holding the gun over here and he like pulls it like really like way to the side. It's just weird.
Yeah.
Like in Modern Warfare, I feel like you just pull the gun straight up, and then for the Cold War snipers, it's like you're holding the gun fucking 3 feet to your right, and then you pull it over and up. It's odd. I don't know.
What it seems like to me is like, so you're holding the gun, and then you just bring it up, and then once it's at eye level, you just do that. You just like fucking zoom it back. So like MDub is just like kind of bring it up.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe it. Yeah.
Bring it up, one fluid motion in MDub, right? But in Cold War, it's like, it's very weird.
Well, Treyarch doesn't know how to do anything when it comes to weapons, like in terms of fucking weapon play. So go figure, right?
Yeah. I wish there was a dev studio where I could see people and also the guns worked.
Should we just make a game development studio? Any devs in here?
Any devs in the chat?
Somebody just donate like, what do we need to start out? A couple 100,000. Somebody donate a couple 100,000 right now. Let's get a game studio going. This is making me furious.
True.
I'm gonna go pee. Figure it out.
Okay. So yeah, just to close the loop on this. So again, the video will be linked in the show notes. The speed tape and the Serpent wrap now actually help ADS time. Probably not for every gun. He only tested 4. But maybe for a lot more than that now. And the main takeaways, I think, are that these could be useful for Cold War snipers. Those are probably worth giving a shot again, because now you can throw a Serpent wrap on there, and they'll ADS faster. In addition to still not having glint, if you choose to use an optic other than default. So that's cool. And then once again, the Serpent wrap adds a sprint to fire penalty, which shouldn't matter for a sniper. Speed tape does not add a sprint to fire penalty. It's all upside of just increased ADS, faster ADS time. So keep those things in mind. TrueGameData on the Groza as well. So TrueGameData also has a video that Tanner didn't link. Now he's inconsiderate rat piece of shit makes my job
watch
harder.
You're gonna watch the whole 20-minute video right now?
Notes, dude. I will. I'll find it later.
Okay, I'll link it.
I will, of course, put this link in the show notes that Tanner has not provided. But
it's never been more linked than it is right now.
Well, it's not. But TrueGameData did, in fact, release a video on the Groza and how that bitch works. Now, Tanner, you jotted these notes down, so why don't you give us the rundown? How did this video enlighten you? Open your dumb eyes.
So the Groza, the last barrel, which is, I guess, like the task force barrel or something, right? It's called the CMV mil-spec barrel. It now provides an added damage buff. Not a damage range, damage buff in general. So the pluses on that barrel are damage and strafe speed. And it says the negative is damage range is decreased, but apparently that's fake news. He said it has no
drop off.
It has no damage drop off. Yeah. So this is interesting. So you get a lot more. You get more damage. There's a big downside though. The recoil is fucking insane on it. Like, it's a lot worse. The Groza already has a lot of recoil. It's absurd now. So this setup, obviously, it's a Groza. It's an assault rifle, right? Wrong. It's an SMG like the FFAR is. Right. So it does a lot of damage, but the recoil is absurd. You can't use it like an assault rifle. It would have to be used like a close quarters SMG, like an FFAR. So it'll be interesting to see more people trying this. I still don't think this is going to be meta for now, though. Like, it's the gun just has entirely too much recoil. And I just feel like if you're going to run something, you'll either just run the FFAR for now, obviously, or you'll run the MAC-10. And the biggest thing I also learned from this video is that the FFAR, what makes it so damn good is how much damage like limb shots do. So with the FFAR, basically, he was like showing like to get 250 total damage hit points on an enemy. Damage, yeah. Like with an FFAR, you can do only 4 chest shots, and then the rest of the shots, like 4 shots be limb. With a Groza, that's like 5 or 6 have to be chest shots to do that same amount of damage.
Yeah, so otherwise you have to land an extra bullet.
Yeah. So the FFAR in general is still just better right now. So if that's nerfed, this could be thrown in there. It wouldn't have the range even the FFAR has, which doesn't have a ton of range as it is right now, because that has quite a bit of recoil, and this is even worse. So this is going to be like a very close quarter as SMG. So I'll end up testing this, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be anything super meta for now, unless you have a Cronus, which, half of the people that play Warzone do. So if you have a Cronus and you're listening, use the Groza.
Yeah, true. Yeah, no damage fall off. This is something that's like, right now, this is not worth using because FFAR is just better. But again, I can't believe the FFAR hasn't been nerfed yet in this patch. That's actually fucking outrageous. However, I expect it will get nerfed, hopefully soon. And then maybe something like this will be the new best SMG, which is, of course, the Groza assault rifle. Maybe. MAC-10's still real good. I feel like I'd probably prefer that, but I don't know. I haven't tested this barrel yet. So once the FFAR exits the meta, this is something you want to have on your radar, so to speak, to give a shot. So once again, we'll have that video in the show notes as well, and you can take a look for yourself. Very interesting. There are now also in Warzone containment monitor stations, and the locations of these are like new little. They're like buy stations, basically, kind of. And there are only 3 of them, and they're always in the same spot, unlike buy stations. They are southwest of Hills, south of Park, and southwest of military base. This is basically just the 3 spots where there is a hole in the ground, and it's like a missile silo. These have been around for a little while. You can go in them, you loot around, whatever. Now, there's also this containment monitor station. Now, there's a couple things here, which we're going to get into in a second, but I first just want to show you guys what this menu looks like. Now, apparently, they were able to order these from least to most expensive on this menu. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Do the RCXD that way. But basically, you can see here, some of these items are items you can also buy at a buy station, like the gas mask, the RCXD, the self-revive kit, the armor box, and the Lodi. However, there are a couple things you can't buy at a regular buy station. For 12,000 United States dollars, you can get an advanced UAV. This is different than a regular UAV, or even a regular super UAV. How? Don't remember, actually. But it is different in some way.
Cool.
I don't remember how it's different. Yeah, I know.
Is it different? It may last longer, if anything.
Yeah, I think it maybe lasts longer.
I think it lasts longer. It still doesn't... Does it show people that are ghosted?
I don't know. I think there is some difference.
I think it just lasts longer.
Yeah, whatever.
I don't know.
Anyways,
figure it out.
Figure it out. Whatever. It's a fucking advanced UAV. It's 12,000 United States dollars. And also, for the low price of 20,000 United States dollars, you can get what's called Foresight. Now, Foresight is a fun and exciting purchase you can make for the cost of 2 loadout drops, by the way, which isn't that much.
It's not a lot at all.
It's not that much. And Foresight is this fun and exciting perk that shows you the location of every circle in the game, including, of course, the very last one. So there was an excellent piece of media posted in our Discord. It's a Twitter video. This guy gets Foresight, calls it in, goes to the final circle. It's round 1. He goes to the final circle because he knows where it is, because you can buy Foresight in this game. Cool. Goes to the final circle, finds a bush, prones in the bush. Okay. Takes off his headset, makes a bowl of cereal, comes back. He's perfectly safe. Eats his bowl of cereal, puts his headset back on, gets 2 quick kills, wins the game.
Oh my God.
Cool. Cool, dude.
Yeah.
So that's super fucking interesting, right? It's interesting that they've made this decision. Advanced UAV, I'm fine with being here.
Yeah, exactly.
Foresight, I'm not, but we'll get into that in a second. And then also, you see at the top here is something called Bombardment, which does not require
that sounds cool.
Any United States dollars.
That must be really good.
Yeah, it must be really good. It requires a key, though. Tanner, can you tell us how Bombardment works? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, I can tell you how Bombardment works. So as it says, Bombardment requires a key. So all these other things, you can go to these stations and you can just buy these. The Bombardment, you cannot. So here's how you do it. Bombardment. You start at the zombie event, which is downtown, underground, at the bottom of the bank in the vault.
Yes.
So you go down there, you start the zombie event at the terminal, you walk up to the terminal, you interact, you start the event. You kill the 40 zombies. The final one that you kill will drop a yellow key card. With that yellow key card, there's a little, there's a chest right outside of the bank vault. You open that chest, it gives you a shitload of money and it gives you a protocol access key. So you take that access key and you go to one of those 3 missile silo terminals, the containment monitor stations, which again, southwest of Hills, which is basically south of West Promenade, south of Park, and then up southwest of Military Base. So you take it up there, you insert the fucking key, you get Bombardment, it's free. So the Bombardment, it must be really good, right? That you have to go through all this work of doing it.
I mean, that sounds like a lot of effort. Yeah, very interesting.
I think it cluster strikes like the entire map for a minute or something, doesn't it?
It sounded like it. That's what sounded like was happening in my game today. But no, that's not how it works?
No.
Okay,
no.
Interesting.
Do you know what happens?
You are fake news.
What happens? What?
Do you know what happens? So you call in Bombardment. Well, first of all, you can't call it in. Immediately from when you use the key, it's active and knows what it does. It's super exciting, by the way. For 60 seconds, it cluster strikes. It's a cluster strike, numerous cluster strikes on steroids. It bombards the zombie building, which is, of course, bank in downtown. It destroys that area for about 60 seconds. Now you're thinking, oh, that must be great, right? Okay, first of all, Raz pointed this out earlier. The zombies are already dead, so what are you bombarding at this point? You killed all the zombies. What point does this have right now? So you go to bombard. So you go to bombard the zombies, right? That's probably what this means. Wrong. The zombies are already all dead because you killed all of them to get the key card to start the bombardment. So wrong. And you're thinking, oh, you're probably going to get a bunch of kills. Wrong. It's at Bank in downtown. The whole area is buildings. You can get inside and hide. Oh, bombardment coming in? Cool. Hide in the vault that somebody already opened, killed all 40 zombies at, took the card, called in the bombardment. So now you can go camp down there for 60 seconds while it goes off and then just walk out when it's gone. So it's obvious to me bombardment will do something more in the very near future here in these coming weeks. Right now, though, it doesn't really do anything. Okay. So at some point, my guess is the zombies are going to be in a bunch of places. And when you call in a bombardment, so you'll probably be able to just do this at one of the zombie area. And then when you call in a bombardment, probably it'll hit all of the zombie areas at once, something like that. It has to do something more than it does now for sure. Because this just doesn't make sense to implement, obviously. So I think something else is coming with this. But yeah, so it's, as of now, it's more fluff. Any fluffers? Any fluffers? Yeah. It's cool. Well, I mean, cool, but it doesn't do anything even more really. Noise pollution. Hey, pollute my game audio with the sound of footsteps. Do that. Noise pollution. We'll get more into that in a second here, won't we? Of course, get into that. Yes. Any noise pollution? Yeah. Plenty in Verdansk. Yeah. So that makes sense, though. That it's going to. I have another quick question here. More areas. Go ahead. What are your thoughts about the equipment that you can buy from the Containment protocol station here? Why only those items? Yeah, true. Did you think about that? No. It's like you could buy a bunch of the regular shit, but not all of it. Like, just give me everything at this point. Yeah, because I was trying to think maybe this is again, setting up for some larger zombie events where you want things like a gas mask because you're going to get stuck in the gas because of zombies, or you want an RCXD to destroy a bunch of zombies in an area, or you want an armor box to plate up after you take damage to zombies. But again, it's like, okay, but if they're trying to give you things that'll help you stay alive longer from a zombie horde or some shit that's coming, then where are $1,500 armor plates, you know? True. Why isn't that there? It's kind of just weird. It's like, why do I not have munitions box to kill off a bunch of zombies or something? Yeah. If they were either way, this is just weird. Agreed. Even if they were discounted, it would make some sense. Like self-res is like only 3,800 or something. So you have to go to like an exclusive buy and you get a little discount as a result. Yeah. But no, it's just random shit that costs the same that you could also get at a buy station, plus advanced UAV foresight and bombardment, which is of course useless. Yeah. Now, so again, you can get all this except advanced UAV, which I don't care about, and foresight, which is the dumbest fucking thing they could have done. Foresight, I don't think foresight should be in the game at all, to be honest. But I agree. If you're going to add it, and if you're going to allow people to buy it, it certainly shouldn't only be $20,000. That's crazy. People buy 2 loadouts in a match regularly. And like Tanner was saying, there are more orange boxes than fucking ever now. Mm-hmm. How hard is it to get 20,000, especially now in quads, for example? Not very hard at all. And then you get foresight. And then Jacob Down, friend of the pod, was talking to us today about how he got on. He was like, oh, fuck it. Let's do this foresight. I'm going to role play as, OP marked and like win a game for once. Because Jake, needs some help. So he got foresight. And he says he went to the last circle and there were already 3 teams there. Really? Because it's that easy to get foresight. Yeah. Yeah. It's just so powerful. And to have it be just this accessible is really fucking dumb. Like really crazy. You know what the thing is too, is like if you're playing quads, let's say, if you're used to doing like constant recons and that's how you play, you're a recon gamer. What if instead of even purchasing your first loadout, your whole squad is just constantly grabbing money and then you just get your first loadout drop when you get the free one? You will easily find $20,000 probably. You will find $20,000 and be able to purchase foresight before that free loadout drop comes. If you're landing in good areas and get loot in quads, 100%. If you get choppers too, like those guys are so good at. Exactly. And those guys spend the entire game finishing the recons to know where the final circle's at. Now they'll just do the same thing and get the choppers and land on all the same rooftops, pick up all the money, go to areas of the map where nobody's at with a helicopter, get all the money, and then just go by foresight, and boom, they don't have to waste their time doing all the recons.
True.
So I 100% agree with you. I don't want this in the game at all. If it is in the game, it needs to be, I would say, minimum 30,000. I feel like in their eyes, though, at this price, people are still going to use it because it's 20,000, and probably if it was more 30,000, it wouldn't even get used. And they want to implement things that the player base is going to use, no matter how dumb we think they are. That's, I'm pretty sure, where we're at.
Yeah, I think so.
Is that like they're like, oh, let's make it 20,000 so people use it. Fucking wrong.
Yeah.
Nope. Take it out.
We should have thought about this today, because there were times when we had Ghost, all three of us, and we had 20 racks. And we could have just gone and done this. I just didn't really think about it. Because I'm dumb, of course. I'm one of those dumb people you're talking about.
You're a pretty dumb person.
Yeah, so anyways, I don't know. Yikes, but that's in the game now. Let's hope this doesn't last very long, which I don't think it will. So, moving on. The zombies are, as we mentioned, in downtown now. They're under the vault. You can see this picture right here. This is where they are. So hospital has been sanitized. This is Shipwreck. So this is downtown. It's like toward the south of downtown. So you can see hospital. There's where the zombs are. And yeah, this rooftop, no one's fucking there. Like, so bombarding this doesn't do anything. It's not like you're bombarding like Trump Tower where there are often people. You're bombarding some rooftop no one's ever at anyway. Really shit and dumb. So we'll see if that evolves in any way. Also, there's this weird, the latest containment protocol alert showing in game in Warzone with missiles flying overhead. So Tanner and I were very shocked and appalled, really, when we saw this today. We were the first ones to tweet about it. That's real and true. We forgot to get a screen. We neglected to get a screenshot. I tried.
We didn't really think about it. Yeah.
But it says like alert containment protocol level 1 active. Please take shelter immediately. And for the entire match, there's just fucking missiles flying around everywhere. They won't do damage
Cruise
to you.
missiles, yeah, they're just flying.
Land in like on people, but they're just fucking zooming around, making fucking noise, so I can't hear people.
Yeah.
Which, again, like I said, we were really excited and immersed, as Bango put it, and amused the first match when this happened. We were like, oh, this is so cool. Match 2, kill me. Stop it. I'm done. I'm over it. Too much noise. Way too much noise. But it was interesting. So that's in the game now. If you've played Warzone, you know. You've heard it. And so.
I don't know. A bunch of people said they still haven't seen this, which is shocking to me. This happened to us like 3 games in a row this morning.
We were at Millie both times that it happened. So maybe it's only happening in military base. That was Hank Scorpio and I's working theory.
That could be it. Yes. Cause this is exciting when it first happened. Dude, I actually thought like a real live event was about to happen. And you even said that, but I'm like, nah, there's no way they do this without like telling everyone there's going to be a live event though. That's not how you do it. Now that's fun and exciting to happen and not know when it's coming. But for them, it's an awful marketing move. Obviously you want as many people there as possible.
Exactly. People would mauled if they missed it.
Yeah, so this was fucking exciting because all of a sudden this like alert starts coming across our screen, and like you said, containment protocol level 1 active. Please take shelter, and then these missiles are flying all around. And we're like, dude, what the hell is going on? And we actually didn't see people for a long time. It's like people were actually starting to hide or something. So, not really sure what this means. Again, we literally saw this and tweeted about it at the Dropshot Pod on Twitter, or for all your leaks, obviously. Nobody else talked about this for at least 3 hours. I didn't see a single goddamn thing about it. So I don't know what happened if nobody else has experienced it. We even asked some other people, and they're like, "Oh, did you guys see this?" And they're like, "What are you talking about?" No.
Yeah.
So it was weird. It was interesting. It was exciting. There were people. I saw things on Twitter that they were like, maybe this is just when somebody calls in like the bombardment or something. And other people were like, no, because there's like video clips. There's like video clips of this person literally dropping into the match as soon as it starts, and it starts going off. So it's not that. It's something just random, apparently.
It's probably just random, I would say.
Yeah. So it's pretty exciting. It is showing that we're going to see changes here soon within the next, what are we at now? Like 20, 23, 24 days, supposedly, until the next season and that update.
Yeah. And I'll be honest, it is too loud, but this was very cool. I was like excited to be a Call of Duty player at the time. Yikes.
Yeah, this is very exciting.
But it was actually cool. I was like, oh, fuck, this is pretty dope. Like, this is an event that is like largely well done, and it's it drummed up a lot of hype for me and Tanner and Hank Scorpio and McBango at the time. Even though it was entirely too loud, I still think it's like actually quite cool. So I was happy to see this. I thought it was dope.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's that. Now on to news and upcoming changes. Quite a lot to talk about here as well. First of all, for Cold War, Gunsmith customs are coming back later in Season 2 Reloaded, not yet. Mix and match attachments of blueprints within the same weapon class to create different weapon styles, just like we can in MDub. Now, you might be thinking, oh, can I save a custom blueprint in Warzone? That's what Tanner was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
No, that's not what I was ever thinking. No, I'm not fucking dumb.
Yeah, sure, touche. No, of course you can't. And that's not coming at least anytime soon that we know of. But you can in Cold War later, soon. So that's pretty cool. Also, the ZRG 20mm sniper
wait
rifle.
a second. Hold on. No,
Okay.
That's not what this means, I don't think.
Okay, what does
That's
it mean?
not what this means at all. This is that shit. Isn't this that shit they put in Modern Warfare? Like, oh, you can mix and match attachments, and it's like you have one blueprint from an M4 with this type of barrel. You can use that like color of barrel on a different blueprint or something. This doesn't mean you can save custom loadouts.
I know it doesn't. That's what I was saying.
Okay, so then why did you just say this is coming to Cold War but not Warzone? You said you'll be able to do this in Cold War.
Okay, yeah, maybe I misspoke then. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I just making sure you weren't dumb. Okay, you cannot save blueprints still, and that's not coming. Apparently.
And that's yes, correct, yeah.
So fuck this game, right?
Fuck this game. Fuck Warzone. Fuck Infinity Ward. Fuck Raven. Fuck Activision. Fuck all.
Any fuckers? Yeah.
Any fuckers? Okay. ZRG 20mm sniper rifle is not out yet. Which most people expected it to be coming out today or whenever this new patch came out. But it's not out yet. It is coming to Cold War and Warzone later in Season 2. According to Charlie Intel, most likely next week with how it was worded in the video. Now, I don't know what the video means. I didn't watch it. But according to them, I trust them, probably coming next week. The good old ZRG 20mm. Now, we have a screenshot of it here. And if you turn your attention to the screen, you can see a little screen grab. Looks like a pretty chunky boy to me. Does it look 6 feet long? Not quite.
It's a long boy for sure.
But
it's gonna be a big
one
boy.
long boy. Yeah. So, which makes sense, and it kind of explains or backs up kind of our speculation on what it might be. So coming soon. We'll see how that works.
I don't know how that gun is going to work in this game. It'll be interesting. It is weird they didn't just release it now. It's like cool they announced it with the roadmap. Now this is the Season 2 Reloaded update, and then they announce again that it's coming later still. It's like, what? Why would they not just get it already?
It of course makes no sense. Yeah, but you know the vibes. So anyway, that'll be coming soon. And now a very interesting, very interesting news item.
Here we fucking go. We're getting into the fun shit now, boys.
This is the fun and exciting shit. This is the thing, and I'm gonna have to try that bourbon. Once we get into this, Charlie Intel tweeted a 1-minute leaked commercial for Call of Duty Warzone. And it appeared to be showing a different venue, a new Warzone venue. Now you might be thinking, cool, it was a commercial for the Ural Mountains map that you guys and everyone else has been saying will be the new Warzone map for the past fucking 6 months. Right?
Uh-huh.
Wrong. Wrong. We were swindled. And the commercial, in fact, did not show the Ural Mountains, but it was showing Verdansk going back into the 80s. And the next, what it appears to mean is that the new Warzone map will not be the Ural Mountains. It will not be a combination of Fireteam maps, at least not yet. We'll get into it. But the next iteration is just going to be Verdansk back in time in the 1980s. A couple interesting things to say here. By the way, you can go to Charlie Intel's Twitter to watch the video. Psych got DMCA'd in 4 minutes by Activision. So it's a legit commercial.
But don't worry. You can go to their Twitter and look at their tweet that they posted 6 minutes later that said, "We were told by Activision to delete the video." Go to this person's Twitter account and they'll have the video. Psych! They deleted that one too.
Absolutely shit on. So let me be clear. If you guys want to see the video, it's on the internet. I don't know where. I saw it because I was on Twitter in that 4 minute time span. Actually, and I watched the commercial. We will of course not be showing the video. I don't want to face the wrath of Activision's considerable legal team, nor will we be showing you screenshots. Yeah. Did we record the video ourselves? Of course we did. Yeah. But we're not going to show you. Get it, find it, figure it out. It's the internet. You can find a lot of things on the internet. I'm sure you could find this commercial if you want. Yeah. But you don't have to, because we'll tell you some key takeaways here. Number one is that, again, it is showing Verdansk kind of transforming from 2021 to 1980s, whatever. Some interesting points there. The first thing was that the dam was and will be, instead of a dam, a bridge. An elevated bridge that is not a bridge above water, but there's no water at all. That's great. I don't want fucking water ever in any map in a Call of Duty game. So that's cool. That was exciting. But the dam is replaced by a bridge. Interesting. Cool. What else was there? Downtown. There is a beautiful, the best part of the fucking thing. There's a guy on top of a building in downtown shooting someone on the street. But instead of being 16 stories above street level, he was 3 or 4 max. The buildings in downtown looked significantly less developed and shorter and not as tall. And that's why downtown fucking sucks. So that means downtown will be considerably improved. And then there was a third big thing that I'm forgetting that's escaping me. Stadium, yes. Stadium, instead of being the whole built up thing it is now, is like under construction at the time. So it's like very halfway kind of built. Super cool. Yeah, there's a giant crane there. Like the bottom tiers are like there, but the walls, it's not tall. It's like the seats are starting to get placed in, and there's a bunch of construction equipment everywhere. Super cool looking, actually. I thought it was pretty neat. It'd also be cool if you can get all the way at the top of that crane, because it was like, it's not just a tower you climb, it's a fucking crane where you can walk out on, Yeah. And like they should make it so you can. That'll be interesting. Yeah. I can do some trick shots off of that for the TikTok for sure. Yeah, for sure. So couple points here before I send it over to Tanner. Gift Curse jokingly or half jokingly said to us literally 9 months ago, when the integration of Cold War and Warzone was announced, way before Cold War even came out, was saying like, oh, it's just going to be like Verdansk in the 80s. And then we made a joke about it. We were like, yeah, you're going to go in the subway system, but instead of taking a subway, you're going to go into a portal and teleport into Verdansk, and it's the 80s, and you have Cold War guns and perks and all that. the Cold War guns and perks thing isn't happening. But turns out we were right. The next map will, in fact, just be Cold War Verdansk, Verdansk in the 80s, which is fucking hilarious. And that makes some sense, obviously. And I remember when everyone was talking about Ural Mountains coming out, I was like, man, this is awfully weird. And like Cold War's an 80s game. Wouldn't they, like, I'm just kind of unsure why they would take a Cold War map, combine it with 5 other Cold War maps, and then make that a new map, but for Warzone and not Cold War. Very weird.
Yeah.
And turns out, all along, well, that is weird, because that's not what's happening. At least not right now. So all of these fucking leakers, all of these rats who have been shoving Ural Mountains down our throat as the next Warzone map for the last 6 months, were all bamboozled. Now, maybe Ural Mountains is coming later, which we'll get into. But they were not correct that this was going to be the next fucking Warzone map. I didn't see any leaks about the next Warzone map just being Verdansk in the 80s.
Literally never, yeah.
Which is kind of right under the tip of our nose, but we all just believe these leakers that it's going to be fucking whatever, Ural Mountains or some shit. And it's not. Now, Tanner, what were your thoughts on the commercial? What are your thoughts on this map? How do you think it'll play? And are you disappointed or excited that it looks like it's going to be this as the next Warzone map instead of Ural Mountains?
Interesting. Okay, yeah, so this was so exciting when I saw this tweeted out earlier. I got lucky that I was on Twitter on my desktop and it just it refreshed and Charlie Intel's tweet came up and I'm like, oh shit. And I thought right away, I started watching this video. I'm like, dude, there is no way they should have posted this video. There's no shot. Like it was almost so weird in the sense that I was like, dude, is this some April Fool shit that Activision is going to do on us tomorrow? I mean, who knows? They still may, right? I mean, this could be a big joke. I don't see it happening though. But the fact that Charlie even tweeted this out was kind of mind-blowing to me. I'm like, why would these guys do that? They know they're just going to get fucked from it. So we watched this trailer immediately. I'm like, holy shit, this is obviously saying we're seeing Verdansk in the 80s. And most people think we're going to complain about it. We're going to hate it. Most people out there are like, oh, fuck Verdansk. I'm so done with this shit map. Fuck you. I actually love this. I loved this a lot. It looks really cool from the short little trailer we saw. We said it numerous times. Everyone complains about Verdansk, but it is not the worst map out there at all. It is definitely serviceable. There's areas to avoid, usually, unless the circle ends there, but there's a lot you can do to just not go there. Like, if we don't have to go downtown, we try to stay away from downtown. If the circle ends there, that's a different story. So this, to me, is perfectly fine, because the one big problem is if they do Ural Mountains, if we see some random map, the chances of it being just a fucking disaster is pretty high. And what are you guys going to do if Verdansk is gone and we're stuck on a Cold War map, because everyone hates Cold War, right? So why are you so excited for the Cold War version of Verdansk? That's what I want to know. So you guys fucking hate Cold War. So why would anyone be excited to see that? So this looks great to me. I think they're kind of like covering their tracks because they can still really change the map a lot. I mean, this is 40 years ago. They can do a lot. Parts of the map just won't be there at all. Downtown, I'm sure, will be different. There'll probably be some of a lot of the tall buildings will still be there, but other ones will be different. Stadium, as we said, that's a big one. Dam is a huge one. It's like military base will probably be entirely different. All of it. Yeah. All of it will just be different, and I'm fine with that. So like the core of Verdansk will be there, but a bunch of the areas, all the little details will be different. And that sounds good to me, because I don't want to run the risk of us getting a just awful Warzone map.
Yeah.
and then just being stuck on it if they just got rid of Verdansk. So
Yes.
I'm cool with this. This trailer made me very excited, actually. This made me way more excited than thinking the Ural Mountains was going to be the next map ever. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this is great, actually.
I do too. And if people, if you guys have listened to this podcast for a long time, you might be thinking, oh, Raz is malding because he thinks Verdansk is not a good map. Well, Verdansk isn't a good map. I agree with that. But why isn't Verdansk a good map? Too many buildings, too much verticality. If we go in the 80s and downtown is shrunk from 16-story buildings to 3-story buildings, that's not a problem anymore, for example. And in general, you would think that in the 1980s, in some city, there will be fewer buildings than there are 40 years later. So I'm thrilled about this because it's probably going to just be Verdansk, but all the things I don't like about it are gone.
Exactly.
And that makes me very excited and very happy.
Yeah.
So, will they fuck it up? Of course they will.
Of course, yeah. Will it be a buggy disaster?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a foregone conclusion. But it has the potential to be significantly better of a Warzone map than Verdansk is. Because, again, all the things I hate about Verdansk, all the fucking crazy tall buildings, all the buildings in general, these might all change when we go back in the 80s. Fewer buildings, and they're not as tall. Like, that's awesome. So I'm very, very, very excited for this. And I do think it's good, too, because it's going to be easier for them to do. And I don't have faith that Activision can do things. Right?
Things in general.
Just in general. If there's a project like make a new map, I don't trust Activision to do it. I don't trust them to do anything, in fact. But it's at least easier to change an existing map than to just fabricate a new one and hope it's better than the old one. Yeah. So it's more likely that this map is better than Verdansk than it is an entirely new map is better than Verdansk. So I agree with you. Yeah, I'm fucking thrilled about this. And I'm very excited. And for people who love Verdansk right now, it'll at least be similar. Very similar. So it's kind of like everyone can't... There's an opportunity for everyone to be happy here. The people who love Verdansk can be happy, and the people who fucking hate it can be happy too. That's an opportunity. That's not going to happen, of course, but it's at least on the table. So, yeah, very excited. Very cool. And I look forward to it.
Yeah.
When it's happening, don't know. But Gift Curse was the first one to call this before Cold War even came out. So,
yeah.
Shout out to Gift Curse. I'll edit that out.
Shout out to Gift Curse.
And then I think you linked this.
I'm going to talk about some things. Don't pull this up, though.
Got it.
Because I don't want... Because there's images on here. I know they're on... this is an article from VGC. They're images from the video, so I don't want us to show any of it.
Okay.
But
got it.
You guys can find it. Videogameschronicle.com. You guys know the vibes. So it's titled "The First Footage of Call of Duty's Warzone New 1980s Map Has Leaked." Let me get through this here. So they're still saying that this will be happening with an in-game event on April 22nd. This is coming from VGC. They've been reliable because they usually don't tweet shit out of their ass, and they usually know what they're actually saying. So VGC has been a reliable source, so I would trust that. April 22nd sounds like it'll be close. The leaked footage shows Cold War era landmarks replacing Verdansk's own points of interest, including an in-construction stadium and aqueduct. Jeez, I haven't said that word in fucking years.
Aqueduct, yeah.
Aqueduct replacing the dam. Airport TV station downtown can also be spotted with a 1980s makeover. Blah, blah. They show a bunch of gameplay. I think it was down here. Okay, it's first reported by VGC in February. At the end of Black Ops Cold War and Warzone Season 2, the Battle Royale game will finally transition to a new map. The change will be marked by an explosive in-game event designed to narratively transition Warzone from the modern warfare era to a setting more in line with the most recent premium series release. Blah, blah. They still said nuclear warheads uncovered will be used to trigger the revamp, similar to how Fortnite used an in-game event, with the zombies as well introduced, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Warzone's map revamp has been a long time coming. Originally, Verdansk's 1980s reboot was due to be more closely coincide with Cold War's release last November, but several factors has seen its launch timing moved closer to the game's first anniversary in March 2021. So they are saying, again, very reliable news source here, this map was supposed to come when Cold War came out. That's why that would have made way more sense than now, obviously.
Yes.
I'm totally fine with it happening now. But if that came out with Cold War, that would have been very exciting. I would have loved that for sure.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, then they said here, this is going way in the future here, but they said Warzone likely won't see a similar revamp to coincide with the game until at least 2022, if at all. It's very possible Warzone could skip World War II altogether in terms of a map revamp and instead focus on coinciding with 2022's game. But I think that's most of it. So this is coming from VGC. It sounds like something's going to be happening April 22nd. I would trust what they say. Although even the leakers we did trust were entirely wrong about this. So I don't know. Kind of hard to say now.
It is hard to say for sure.
We trusted like one leaker before and he didn't have this at all.
That was Tommy
Not
Boy,
even
right?
close.
Tom Henderson.
Tom Henderson. Yep.
Yeah. So interesting for sure. It does make sense because one thing that happened too is COVID-19. So they probably had plans to have this shit done by the time Cold War came out, and then COVID happened, and then like they all had to do Zoom meetings and shit. So that's not terribly surprising, but it would make sense. But I think we've seen the April 22nd date a couple times now, and that's when that new map would come out, which is pretty soon.
Yeah,
pretty soon.
Very soon.
So I'm pretty excited. So that's a good little piece of intel for sure. And then wrapping up here, a couple other little things. Last week, we talked about World War II Vanguard leaked and how it is going to be the COD 2021 working title, and it's going to have like an alternate timeline where whatever, you're like in the future or something. I read this article on charlieintel.com, and I should have read it more closely, right? Because the one solitary source for this piece of fake news, right, was Modern Warzone.
You are fake news.
Now, this young man has been wrong about a lot of leaks in the past, and here was another one. And I was swindled because everyone else was talking about this as if it were real and true. And it would have made sense, by the way, because if you're going to try and integrate a Call of Duty and compete with modern guns, you can't have World War II guns. I still stand by that. So the theory made sense. However, everyone since last week has said the title is World War II Vanguard, but it's not. It's just a regular ass World War II game. Like, it's not an alternate timeline or anything.
Yeah.
So I wanted to clear that up because Bango and I talked about it a lot last week. And it was just, we don't know for sure. It still could be an alternate timeline. Who the fuck knows? None of these leakers are right about anything, obviously. But next time, I will be more careful. And even if Charlie Intel writes a fucking article on it, you have to see who the source is. Video Game Chronicles, for example, these guys have been leaking a lot of shit. They've been right about everything so far. I would trust them. Tom Henderson, another one I would trust. Outside of that, not really, not super reliable. So just wanted to, clear that up. World War II Vanguard, probably not alternate timeline.
Yeah, it sounds like it's just regular old World War II.
Yeah, a lot of people just actively came out and were like, hey, that is the title. It's not alternate timeline, though. It's just regular ass World War II. So that kind of sucks. And that does actually call into question if and how they would integrate that into Warzone. Because if it's not an alternate timeline, then you have normal ass Tommy guns competing with a fucking belt-fed light machine gun with advanced laser sights and optics and shit. And I don't know.
Yeah.
And since they've been behind on their new map that was supposed to come out for Cold War at the time of Cold War's release, is it possible that COD 2021 just does not integrate in any way, neither in map nor in guns in 2021? Or do you think they will integrate it?
Well, as from what we've seen now and how long it's been and what a disaster this has been, I hope they don't, actually. I would rather have them not integrate it.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be more ideal. Again, it's like, if this is World War II, why I don't want to use a Thompson machine gun with like you're saying, a laser and a suppressor on it. It's like, how are you gonna? I don't know. It'll be seamless though, right? We're overthinking it. That's what everyone always told us fucking 8 months ago when the Cold War one was announced. You guys are overthinking it. No, you're overthinking it. Okay, cool. None of the attachments still work, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, we were overthinking it, and Activision was underthinking it, clearly. Because 4 months later, Cold War guns simply don't work in Warzone still.
Yeah.
Hey, I guess we saw problems. We live rent-free in our parents' and dying grandmother's houses, respectively. We have arrested development. We're barely adults. And I guess we could have seen these problems coming, and no one else could, including the publishing studio or the developers themselves. But we're overthinking it. Sure, bud. It's going to be a sure bud for me. So fuck you guys if you said we were overthinking it. Catastrophically wrong.
Yeah, actually, fuck you guys. Yeah.
And
if you thought that, of course.
And again, World War II, I have the same set of questions and more. The integration is going to be even harder for World War II.
Oh,
are they going to do it? And how can they possibly expect it to not be a fucking nightmare mess? Don't know. Simply don't know. So,
it won't be fun.
I don't know. World War II, regular ass World War II. I don't mind that setting for multiplayer at all, but I can see how people are tired of it, obviously. But if they intend to integrate a traditional World War II game with World War II weapons into Warzone, I don't see it, man. I don't know how you do that. I don't know how you finesse that. So that calls into question the integration, but I don't know. It's going to be weird. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's that. And also, this is going to run on the Modern Warfare engine.
Yes, that has been confirmed.
That is a rumor, according to VGC, which is why I'm reporting it now. And I read the article this time. I read it and more clearly. From VGC, Video Game Chronicles are the ones saying it's going to run on the MDub 2019 Game of the Year Edition engine. What are your thoughts on that?
I absolutely love it. Yeah. They know that the vast majority of the player base would hate it if this moved to the Cold War engine. Also, we saw from that trailer, you can see it's definitely the Modern Warfare HUD and everything. At first, I saw some things. I'm like, wait, that looks a little different. That looks more like Cold War. And then I kind of look closer, and like you said, you're like, oh, well, one of the things is the round mini map. It's just they don't have it set to square. Like, yeah, it's true. So it was.
They don't play
100%.
The game they make.
They don't play the video game. Yeah. So, 100% it's on the Modern Warfare engine. I'm excited. This was a very exciting day, actually. A lot of shit happened today. We experienced the Containment protocol live, the first ones on Earth, apparently. I don't know. Hot off the press. We had the news. But, and then this. I don't know. I think a lot of you guys are just going to be mad at this because you've been hearing all these leaks about the Ural Mountains. Wait, when are we going to get into that? Can we talk about that still?
We will. We should have talked about it sooner. Down. But yeah, I'll write it down. But go on.
Well, I was just going to start talking about that. So part of it was now a lot of the leakers are backtracking and they're like, okay, like Ural Mountains is and was definitely a thing. This is coming from Tom Henderson said a few things, and so did TGR. Yeah. So let me pull up what he had said about this. Where did it go? Okay, if they have indeed scrapped the Ural Mountains map, I'm legit so annoyed. WMD, massive lake, underwater labs, an ice rink, chemical spill, etc. This is creativity. How do you just cancel it? There's no way. It has to be coming later, surely. Verdansk is so mundane, blah, blah. That's his opinion. So these people are still saying this is coming later. Now, when would that be, though, right? Because, I mean, if this Cold War 1980s Verdansk was supposed to come out in
exactly
November,
what I was thinking. Yeah,
it's been just about 4 months now, and that's just now coming out. So at that rate, when were we supposed to have seen this new map? I don't know. It again feels so weird that they would put all this time into redoing Verdansk. Granted, it probably doesn't take nearly as long as making an entire new map from scratch. But again, the rumors were Ural Mountains was never going to be a map made from like scratch. You know, it was other maps that they already had made, or it was they had already had that made and they split that into smaller maps.
Right.
But yeah, it's like, how do you? At what point does that come out then? If this is just now coming out late,
exactly. Exactly. The more I think about it, the more you're right. Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So for now, I wouldn't even think about Ural Mountains if or when it's coming. I don't know. It's pretty much all but confirmed unless we're getting trolled big time. And this is some sort of April Fool's joke. And they literally just made this trailer and nothing of the map has actually changed. And they're trying to bait everybody. It looks like we're going to get 1980s Verdansk, and we're probably going to be with that for the foreseeable future, at least for the next few months at the bare minimum, I would say.
It's possible that Ural Mountains will be a map, but it's going to be a Cold War map for like some new Cold War mode. And I don't think it would be a BR. Maybe it would be a BR on Cold War, but it would be like way less priority than Warzone. Because why would they combine Cold War maps for Warzone? Wouldn't they use that in
Maybe
Cold
everyone
War?
was just always wrong. Maybe they just knew all these big maps were out there, and really they're creating these big maps for fire team, for shit like multi-team hardpoint. Who knows? Yeah. Maybe it was just they were all guessing like, oh, we're getting all these big maps. These can make a map. I don't know. You know, I mean, obviously we fell into it. We talked about it. We did a Patreon episode about how we thought those maps could work. As the next
every
Warzone map,
leaker had been saying that.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, well, your TGR is saying like, yeah, Ural Mountains is like gonna come later or something. But like, really? Because you're right. They released MDub and then they released Warzone which is based on MDub. Okay, cool. And then they planned for Cold War to come out, and then they would release a map on Cold War. That means the map was around for a year. So why would they have a second Warzone map based on Cold War inside of a year if they didn't do that for Modern Warfare? It just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense to me. The more I think about this, the more I think because everyone's talking about this Ural Mountains mega map, it's probably coming in some fashion for some reason, but it's probably not Warzone. It's probably on Cold War for some kind of Cold War game mode. That is my theory right now. No one leaked it to me, just using my brain, but we'll see.
Any brains? Not many, apparently.
Clearly, I'm overthinking.
Tom Henderson did tweet something earlier today. It's almost like the change would help integrate a World War II map into Warzone at some point.
What change?
Basically, I think he's basically hinting at that, maybe that when World War II comes out, they would do Verdansk in like the 1940s or some shit. So somebody commented and they said, what about Ural Mountains? He said, I'm waiting on details. So he will give info probably in the next few days regarding that then. But I don't know. This actually makes me laugh, though, that all of these leakers were just wrong. We were saying this earlier. Like, what if Activision actually has these people that are paid employees that just feed false information to these leakers to throw everybody off? That would be fucking fantastic and actually hilarious if they did that. Funny. I would not be mad at all if they did that. I'm sick of this leaking bullshit. We were a fan of leaks a long time ago, like TGR did, the leaks originally before Modern Warfare and Warzone came out. Yeah. Basically, loot crates were removed from the game when he started talking about it, and the community was furious about it, of course. So that good came out of it. But other than that, not a whole lot, honestly. Just a lot of sitting around, guessing, waiting, predicting things a year in advance that don't come true, then going back and saying, well, I did say this too 10 months ago, because you throw out 5 hot takes a week, and of course one of them is going to be somewhat close, right? So yeah, it's all bullshit. Stick to what you guys know. I don't know. Just wait till. Let's just fuck the leaks, right? Let's just wait till they tell us what's happening and just play it. Just play the video game, play the new map that they put out, and just don't worry about it, I guess.
Some leaks do good, because if something gets leaked and then everyone hates it, the company might have time to change it. Like with loot crates. Awesome. I think that was really cool. But for a lot of things, it's not that leaking shit's like bad. I just don't care. Like, if I know exactly what COD 2021 is going to be and how Warzone will be integrated next and when it will be, cool. Still can't play it. So, like, what? It just doesn't matter to me that much. But there's no problem with leaking shit. The problem is
they're always
when
wrong.
you're fucking wrong all the time. Yeah, that pisses me off. Because then, whatever. But
yeah, take it with a grain of salt, though, right?
Exactly. Take it with a grain of salt.
What else was I going to say? I was going to say one more thing regarding what these guys were saying in chat. Oh, you had kind of brought up a Cold War specific BR. Absolutely would never happen. I don't know. Activision would literally just be. They would be putting up competition against Warzone. That would never make any sense. Unless Cold War has some other type of large-scale game mode coming that's not a battle royale. But it's like, what other large-scale game mode could that be? It'd have to be an entirely new game mode to the world. I don't know.
I just don't think that all this smoke about Ural Mountains and how there's some map called Ural Mountains coming. And by the way, Activision, I feel like, has maybe hinted at this a little bit too, but they could have been using the phrase Ural Mountains to just refer to the region, and they never intended to refer to a map. I don't really know, but all these people are saying Ural Mountains is like a thing. Yeah. I feel like it must be. But I don't know what. It could be some kind of crazy fucking new zombies mode, like Outbreak was totally different. What if there's a Infestation, a new zombies game mode in Cold War, and it's free roam throughout Ural Mountains. That's, for example, there's something. You could do things with a giant map, but it never
you can do things with a giant map.
Yeah, it never did make sense to me that they were going to take this giant map out of Cold War maps and then put it in Warzone. It never made sense to me. So I think Ural Mountains maybe will be something, but I'm very skeptical it's going to be a new Warzone map at this point.
It is weird, though, because why did Vonderhaar at the beginning of Season 2, he did tweet something about, like, a lot of stuff coming this season and much more throughout the year. Like, and he was saying it regarding Warzone, and he was like, can't wait for you guys to see what we've been working on. Probably
this 1980s Verdansk.
Okay, I guess.
I don't know, dude.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna load up the fucking game from now on and play it. I don't care. If I log in one day and it's a new map, cool, I'll play it.
Oh, sweet.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is different.
Just stop dicking me around. Just give me a fucking map or don't. I don't care.
Like Tanner said this afternoon, I'm just in a fucking blender. And same.
Yeah, we were so blended today. It's absurd.
So blended. Yeah. So regardless, there you go. But real quick on COD 2021 being on the MW engine, if the maps are good and the visibility is way better than the MW 2019 visibility, I think this game running on COD 2021 running on the MW engine could be good because it's like very realistic. Weapon animations are awesome. It's pretty fluid all around. Downsides are, I don't know how much visibility correlates to the engine that the game runs on. If they could make the visibility significantly better, then I might be fine with that. But also, the MW engine is fucking slow, and you can't change my mind. Sprint out time fucking sucks. ADS time fucking sucks. You're just fucking slow. I'm in
It'll
molasses.
just get better.
Wrong. I'm in molasses and I hate it. BO4, way faster paced. Cold War, way faster paced. Things happen quickly in the first-person shooter game. That's what I want.
Way faster paced, but it's way worse. But cool, yeah.
Well, it's worse for other reasons. Maybe. I don't even know if it's worse, by the way. Okay. I mean, how much does visibility correlate to the engine?
I don't care. I use NVIDIA filters now. I can see most people.
Fake news.
Shit on console players, I guess. I don't know.
Fake news.
It's pretty simple. Console players, honestly. You guys want to see people in Warzone? Just spend $4,000 and get a computer. What's so hard about it?
Yeah,
right?
Actually, I fucking hate Activision.
Why should the game have visibility? Just buy a computer and use filters. It's not that hard. Sarcasm, obviously.
Yeah. Well, so that's what I'm thinking. Is like COD 2021, if it were on the MW engine, I certainly hope I can fucking see people. Because I don't give a fuck what the gun physics are like. I don't care if it's more realistic than actually shooting a gun. If I can't see you, I don't care. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Yeah. It simply doesn't matter.
Couldn't matter less, yeah.
So we'll see. Whatever. But that's another report from Video Game Chronicles. That's a leak. So we'll see what engine it runs on. Who fucking knows? That's the thesis here today, boys and girls. Who fucking knows? Maybe the commercial's fake too, dude. Maybe the commercial is a PSYOP campaign from Infinity Ward to throw us off yet again, and then Ural Mountains gets released tomorrow. Who fucking knows? No one. We'll tell you when things happen that happened. So, cool. Anything else you want to talk about today, Tanner?
No. This is an exciting program. A lot of info in here.
A lot of info. Indeed.
Oh, F's in the chat for SPM and Warzone, yeah.
Oh, yeah. SPMandWarzone.com. Use the API of Activision to, like, show the ranking of your lobbies and, you know, how many people, like, everyone's KD. They'd say, like, oh, it's a diamond lobby. Everyone's, like, good or whatever. Activision got in contact with them, which was a very nice way of SPM and Warzone to put it, to tell them to stop using their API, and that website is gone now. No more SPMM Warzone. So you can't keep tabs on people you suspect of being sus. You can't check the skill of your own lobbies. You'll just never know because Activision shut it down. And I think there are other websites too that simply aren't working because in addition to doing this, they also apparently changed their API so much that the official Call of Duty companion app doesn't even work anymore, which is both fun and exciting. What are your thoughts on this?
Super fun, super exciting. I mean, yeah, of course, went to their headquarters and tried to burn down their servers, and when that didn't work. Yeah,
not a month ago, SPM and Warzone servers did catch on fire. Just saying.
And so we're not saying it's, but right after that, did send them a letter saying that they have to halt immediately. So could that coincide with burning down their servers? It's possible. I don't know. It's entirely possible. That's all I'm saying. Check the logs.
Yeah,
check the logs.
Check the logs for sure. Yeah. Absolutely. So, anyways, that's our show, boys and girls. Long one, a fun one. A lot of fun and exciting info in here. On a very serious note about the news of what is to come, I remain very excited at the prospect of 1980s Verdansk. I think that could be really cool, and it should be coming in like 3 weeks.
Yeah, so I think you guys should be excited too. A lot of hate on it, of course. That's the natural. Everyone's natural instinct is, oh, fuck Verdansk, do this as shit. But it can be a lot different. 40 years in their little world here, that could be a lot of things could change. I don't know. Give it some time. We'll see.
We will. We will indeed see. So that's the show. Tanner, go ahead and go live. We are going to go do our very first gameplay breakdown, which will be a weekly occurrence after the Wednesday episodes of the program. If you're a Damascus patron, you could submit gameplay segments for Tanner and I to review live on the program, which we're about to do on Tanner's channel. And if you're not here live, then it'll be on YouTube, youtube.com/the Dropshot podcast. Subscribe. There's a gameplay breakdowns playlist where these will be shown. And our first contestant is, or participant, whatever, is the pastor, Nick. So before we get to that, real quickly, a lot of love. Normally, I would be reading iTunes reviews. I'm, of course, not doing that tonight.
Just read them real quick. I have to pee.
Well, go pee. This has been a long episode of the program, so we're gonna skedaddle. But first, a lot of love tonight. A lot of fucking support. You guys have been absolute animals. So I need to thank each and every one of you for the fucking love, dude. So let me keep scrolling. Here we go. Okay. Jay Cherry with the tier 1 sub, dude. Welcome, brother. Much appreciated. Let me throw some fucking tunes on, boys and girls. Let's do some tunes. Any tunes? Jay Cherry, thank you, dude. Much appreciated. Welcome, brother. Gunny Boy Gav with the 10 bits. Stop it. E Fisher with 11. Stop it. But thanks. Grim with 20. Stop it. Thanks. What else do we have here? Rizzle Music. 7 months at tier 2. Let's absolutely fucking go. Thank you, Rizzle. Let's fucking go, boys. Indeed. With the good old tier 2. A lot of love, a lot of support. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Hank Scorpio with the 5 gifted subs, as well as Trevor Dubb, the 5 gifted subs. Animals, dude. Thank you, boys. I appreciate that. You guys are some high rollers, and it means a lot. So thank you both. That's a lot of scratch. Much appreciated. Trevor Dubb with another 1,200 bits. You're an animal, buddy. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you. The good old Dr. J Webb with the gifted sub as well. Thank you, Doc. Host of the, of course, podcast Political Hacks. We appreciate that. Thank you, Doc. Claptimus, 12 months at tier 1. Oh shit, a year indeed. Enjoy your new badge, dude. Thank you, Clappy Boy. Love you. Appreciate you. Welcome back. One in the chamber. 9 months at tier 1. Thank you, dude. Welcome back to you as well. Enjoy your new fucking badge. Toad with another 100 bits. Thank you, Toady Boy. Astanak, aka Ast, with the 4 months at tier 1. A Swotor, buddy. What's up, Asty? Thank you, buddy. Appreciate you. Love you. Hope you're doing well. Toady Boy with the 5 gifted subs. Toad really showing out tonight, and we appreciate that. Thank you, Toad. Love and appreciate you, buddy. Iron Ranger as well with the 5 months prime. Let's make that 6. But thank you, Jaren. Love you. Appreciate you, dog. Welcome back. Of course, as always, Jason Lake with the 100 bits. Thank you, Jason. Change it, by the way. But I appreciate the 100 bits, dude. Much love. A lot of support. You guys are insane. Good old Aussie boy. Aussie Menace, twitch.tv/Aussie Menace. With 1,000 bits. You absolute bloody ripper. I appreciate it, Aussie. Thank you, dude. Welcome back. Privileged to have you here as always. Whitey with 92 bits. Change it. Boy. You fucking boy, Whitey. Thanks, though. And Grim as well. The 1,000 bits. Much love, Grimmy boy. War veteran. Outplays infidels, enemy combatants IRL, or used to. Kind of still does, maybe. I'm not going to dox him. Don't worry about it. Grim, thank you for the 1,000 bits, dude. Love you. Appreciate you, buddy. Really demonic, twisted player, by the way. Grim_29. Change it, of course. It's a dog shit handle. But I love and appreciate you, so thank you, Grim. Stop using underscores. It's all of you. It's too hard to say them. If you're trying to grow a brand, I'm fucking Timmy _. It's like fucking 8 syllables in that word. Stop it. But thank you, Grim. I appreciate you, dude. Much love. Also, we had something from the Vaping Viking, the Dropshot Patriarch, of course. A $6.25 United States cents donation. And he said, please order some razors on the billion-dollar company called Amazon and shave your face. I'll keep that in mind, Vike, but I only use the best, most expensive razors, so you're going to need to add about $93.75 to that donation for me to order a razor up to my standards, right? So keep that in mind, Viking. And until
keep
then,
that in mind.
until then, the budding beard will continue to grow. But Viking, thank you. I appreciate the 625 and a lot more than that, of course, in terms of financial and moral support. Thank you, Vike. And I hope you're doing well, dude. Also, Bates and Switch. The 4 months. Tier 1. Let's absolutely go, dude. You guys are disgusting. A lot of love, a lot of support tonight. And the fun doesn't have to end here. Tanner, is your broadcast hot?
The broadcast is hot.
Fantastic.
We're almost as hot as we've ever been, actually.
That's pretty crazy. And I'm excited to get in that hot broadcast. But before we do, a reminder, once again, thank you all very much. I'm genuinely humbled every time I do this fucking dumb program. And especially tonight, a lot of support, and we really, really appreciate it. The best way to support the program, of course, patreon.com/thedropshot. We're doing more content than ever over there. And, you know, you get the most out of your dollar there, and so do we. So head on over there if you like the program and you want to show some love. You have some extra scratch lying around. We would appreciate that. We're trying to get to 300 patrons, and we're not there yet. So if by Saturday we don't have 300 patrons, I will be closing the Patreon and ending the podcast. Excuse me. So
perfect.
So sign up or there's no more of the drop shot. Simple. Anyways, that's it. Boys and girls, love you. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for watching. This has been an episode, an evening, and now we're going to do a gameplay breakdown. As always, of course, remember, stay humble.
Yeah, for sure, stay humble.
Thanks for watching this episode of the Drop Shot, a Call of Duty podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe because in addition to full episodes like this, we've also got clips from the show, as well as gameplay breakdowns and more on the channel. The show is streamed live on twitch.tv/Razanon every Wednesday and Saturday at 7 p.m. Pacific time. So give us a follow over there, make sure to turn on notifications, and you can chat with us live during the podcast. And of course, we are available wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for the Drop Shot on your favorite podcast app and make sure to give us a follow. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time. And as always, remember, stay humble.